Phone and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Better morning than it was yesterday. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Millard. Taking you all the way till 10 a.m.
Am I hogging?
You're plugging into my plug. Hey now. Hey now. It is a Friday. It's a Friday. And my goodness gracious, we're all so happy to be here with you.
It's good to be with you.
It is, man. God dang. I called you yesterday, but I figured you were busy. I called you yesterday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to know how your day went, but I'm kind of glad you didn't answer because now I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I called Jason a bunch of times.
A bunch of times?
A bunch of times.
Are you nervous because of our guest?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
We have a guest.
We have a guest with the best name in the world, David. Yes, back for his return. Part 2. He came back. Usually people come here as a guest and they're like, I'm never doing that.
That was enough.
That was the
You have
worst.
to pay them to keep coming back.
Right, exactly. And in today's day and age of Pokemons and Atari and, Pong, there's so much other stuff to do for these kids. DVDs, Fortnite, Five Night, all of it. It's just nice. So it's good to have a live studio audience.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to entertain him. Looks like he is eating, is that oatmeal in there?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Oh, I thought I saw.
Is he eating
he's
it?
stirring it. I thought that was a spoon. It looks like one of those little oatmeal things that you pour stuff in. So everybody on good behavior.
Okay.
I have I just real quick. This is for Chris too, and for everybody listening. It's Friday. This isn't my new music today. I thought maybe I'd have some fun with this for you guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, here we go. All right, let's you let me know when it's ready. And here we go. See if you can guess the song. By the way, you'll all know the song. Just see if you can guess it before it starts here. In my head all day. Now I'm starting to think the original song. I was telling you before the show. I'd love to talk to Steven Tyler and say, were you referencing old timey stuff when you wrote the song?
Oh man, now I hear that.
Because you didn't hear it for yes, that's Aerosmith's Ragdoll in a 1920 style jazz cover, and it fits. Hey, it's Friday. Yeah. It's Veronica Swift. Like, I could see this being an actual 20 song. That for us.
She's good.
She is good. What does that mean? Hey, Alex. I think that fits really well. So there you go. That's what she said. Good morning. Welcome in. How was so yesterday?
Yes. How'd you do the rest of the day?
I didn't let on at the end because once you mention it, I don't want to, I was this close during crosstalk. And it's funny, if somebody were to go back and watch crosstalk and watch me really closely, they'd probably pick up on it now that I'm telling them. I was this close to having a Pierre Garçon moment.
Oh no.
It was bad. And then about 5 minutes out, Chris might he'll remember, as soon as we said goodbye, I got out, shut the computer, exited the studio, and immediately exited stage left to go take. Yeah, I was definitely a little wounded yesterday, but able to make it. And it's one of those things I've said before. If I had a migraine and my daughter was getting married, you physically, you're limited by. Yeah. It's not a mind over matter. So I explained this yesterday after you left. I woke up, sword in the back of the head type of feeling, medicated, didn't work, up most of the night, texted you guys, and my only choice, and I knew you had your golf thing yesterday, and I knew this was a special one, and we don't have a formatic to adjust. So I knew it was figure it out, or Jason's going to have to stay and cover, and you would have. I
was doing that.
And you would have had to have missed your golf thing. And I know you would have done everything you could to make me feel better, but I would have never forgiven myself. No, I would have, honest to God, never forgiven myself. So,
I wouldn't have forgiven you.
Chris would have reminded me all the time. So it was one of those things where it's just like, as soon as I signed off with you guys around 5 something, was just like, okay, cold compress, more meds, sleep, just turn everything off. Except I had my little watch set for like whatever it was, like 7:15. I think give me enough time to hop up and come down here. Was able to get up, go, you know what, I can do this. I can do. It was like Cameron, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Just got in the car. Was set to arrive at 7:56 on my little map, and then I'm on 80, and all of a sudden it goes from 7:56 to 8:18. And that's when I called Chris. That means there was an accident. And knew you couldn't leave late. So then turn around, come back. I have I have the board at home, but I haven't hooked it up yet.
Right.
It's still in the box. So yesterday's show.
That was quick.
That was so came back, got home. I think got in about 2 minutes to 8. Sounded surprisingly a lot better than I thought from an onboard mic on the computer. I did not expect that part, but then was it obviously the appearance, the glare, everything, was just no time for that. We were able to power through it, which was great. How was the trip itself?
Well, it was great. Yeah, all that was great. What was interesting is, so in that between time, I said, Chris, what's our plan? Like I'll try Dave at 7.
Yeah.
I got to give you, I knew you were probably going back to sleep or something. And and then we didn't hear from you. I'm like, well, okay, maybe 7:15. And I think that was when I didn't hear. And so then we got to 7:30 and I went, well, I'm just going to miss. The show, I can't leave the show.
Right.
So I called the group that had this all set up.
Oh God, I didn't even think of that.
I just can't. I'm sorry. And they totally understood. They're like, that's great. And then all of a sudden, I think we were in the 7:30 segment. And then Chris was kind of like, look at your phone. Like, what? And then it said, you were on your way. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got to the next break and I had to call back, go, hey, wait, don't get any. I'm in. I think I can make it.
Oh my God. What if they'd replaced you? Yeah. Oh, that would have been the worst. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. And so then that part all worked out. So, and then so basically what it was for the setup, I was the last one added in this, I don't even know how Ryder Cup type style Kings versus Warriors golf tournament that's been happening for a couple of years, I guess. Great. And the Warriors were the defending champs.
Screw them.
So I was in a group that, I was part of the Kings group. There were 3 foursomes. And so the way they did the scoring, Dave, this was so much fun. So the first 6 holes 1 through 6, it was not even best ball, best score among the group. So if you and Chris were a group and me and other David in there were a group, and someone from each group got a par, a 4 or
You're
whatever.
Playing your own ball the whole time.
Yep.
But if you birdied it and we all got 4s, we take your birdie.
The birdie won the hole.
I got you. Okay.
So then technically Team Kings would be up 1 hole to none.
If nobody won the hole, does it carry over?
No.
Okay. So there's just no blood.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So the first 6 holes, we we had a birdie on the first hole. It was not my birdie. It was Mike Bird.
Hey, Mike Bird.
Not my birthday.
Yeah.
I love birdie.
And between the next 2 through 6, Team Warriors got a hole back. So we pushed.
Not a fan.
So we pushed the first. So each team got a half point.
A shameful performance.
So there were 4 total points to be had for each group.
Yes.
And the way the rules were going is if the Warriors and Kings tied 6-6, they kept the cup.
Oh, yeah. They had possession of it.
So we were the first of the foursome. So it was half after the first 6.
Yes.
The next 6 was Mike Bird and I, who were Team Kings. We would both drive the ball.
Yeah.
And then if we took his drive, I had to take the next shot.
Gotcha.
So it was an alternate shot after the tee shot.
I gotcha.
And so on. So we were down 2 holes quickly. I think in the first 2 of the next 6,
Okay.
we rallied back.
Look, I found the place your life is going, in the garbage.
We rallied back to force a push. So now it's 1-1. But we were down 2 holes out of 6.
2 holes.
So then the last 6 holes, 13 through 18, it was head to head.
Okay.
And when we got there, everyone, I knew some of the people, but didn't know everybody. They were kind of saying who was with who, and they said, "Oh, you probably got the worst draw." And I went, "What? Who am I playing against?" They're like, "You get to play against Deb." And I went, "Okay." They're like, "She's a club champion.
Oh,
She's a 5." I'm like, "What?
oh no.
What?"
No.
So I'm the new guy.
Oh.
I got Deb.
Yeah.
So we're head to head. First hole push. Second hole push. I'm hanging with Deb. Third hole
Hanging
push.
with Deb.
Fourth hole push. Fifth hole. She's beat me to the green. I'm closer to her, but I'm like, if she 2 putts, I'm gonna have to roll this in from 15 or so.
Yeah.
She rolled it in from about 25.
Of course she did.
I'm like, well, I'll pick my ball up. You won that hole, and then we pushed the last hole. She beat me. So she got their point. Mike Bird and our other
A
partner
shameful performance.
split. So our group was 2.5, 1.5. We lost. And then the next group was 2-2, and the last group was 3.5, half. So Team Kings lost 8-4.
Oh wow, that's.
But I felt like we did.
Oh, no! We suck again!
But it was a really fun format. Great people. But
Yeah.
did I let the team down?
That's not good.
I'm sorry.
I don't think. I don't think. Obviously, you hung for what 5 of 6 holes.
Yeah.
You didn't let the team down. Did you let the city down? Did you let the franchise down?
Well, they never win again.
Is it your fault that was the franchise so in disarray that they decided to create a new mascot?
The word came out while I was like losing. So
Royale.
I think.
What? Again, please.
Royale.
So yeah, I guess so.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. And I want you to answer them honestly.
Okay.
Did you try your best?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
I had a blast.
That's all that matters.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
That's all that matters.
I could have been better though. She was tough.
Well, I mean, she's a club champion.
Yeah.
You hung with her for 5 or 6 holes. You got beat by a girl. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
That's him. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm on your side.
What was great about her, like she plays in all these kind of things. And so she was talking strategy with us. Like, you guys probably should have not let him putt there. And like, what? Well, because then so just tell him to pick that up next time. I'm like, yeah, okay. But, and then, it's one of those things. So like the fun part of it is like, oh, Dave's got like a 4-foot putt left. And no one's like saying, pick it up. It's like,
right.
And then they were like, oh, you're not in the friend zone. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. I see. But it was fun. It was all in like, no, I'm going to make Dave putt that.
God, I hate putting those.
I know. It's
I
like,
do.
And then you pick it up. Like, oh,
thank you.
Okay.
Just get it. I just shank them.
But a lot of fun.
Well, good.
Team Kings. We were there.
You know what? You were there.
We might be in the plan.
Maybe look, this was your first round with the team.
Yeah.
You need some time for chemistry.
We'll see if I get invited back.
Add a free agent maybe or something.
Yeah.
You get a chance to grow. You're a rookie.
Right.
Come on. Remember Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant. First couple years was airballing all over the place. He turned out okay. 81 points against Jalen Rose. Come on. Yeah. You can be fine. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, it's time for a cup game tonight.
Let's do it.
Oh, my goodness. It's like an NBA game, but even more exciting.
Yeah, 2 teams, 1 cup.
2 teams, 1 cup.
Nope.
No? Oh,
gross.
by the way, one great thing about today, because we're going to not see Chris all week next week because he's taking the entire week off to go on a 2-hour fishing trip. Yeah.
A 2-hour fishing trip.
So Chris is on his best behavior today because he is an example. He's imagine Chris being a role model, which he is. He is a fine role model indeed to all. So there's 2 ways we can go with that. We can kind of support and respect. I almost said resport, which is a combination.
I like that.
Or we can undermine him every stretch of the way. Now, I know he would undermine us. The question is, do we fall into that?
Do we take the high road?
Do we take the high road? And if we do take the high road, do we take that high road in a brand new hoblet? Jason Ross with the assist. Just so well done. You said it. I picked that. And that's something you didn't have at the golf thing yesterday. You get that with chemistry, which I hated in school. God, I hated chemistry. And it was taught by a guy who looked like an elf named Mr. Torgerson. Super nice, sweet guy. But
more like Mr. Dorkerson.
And it was just like, I don't even remember. I thought chemistry was going to be like, add the purple stuff to the green stuff and it bubbles up and makes a thing. And yeah, you get to learn how to make explosives and something cool, right? You know, like a volcano thing.
You know all the periodic table of elements or whatever?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, I did.
Oh.
I knew up to 103. Now, oh, God, no, I haven't thought about that in a long time. Hydrogen. Hydrogen. Helium. There we go. I think there's salt in there somewhere. NaCl. Hoblet. Deep adventure days are here. Save up to $15,500 off MSRP. By the way, 30-second break, guys. You're not allowed to go anywhere. On select 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4s, over $13,000 off MSRP on all new 2023 Dodge Charger SXT, starting as low as $28,215. Different from big city auto mall dealers. There's no dealer markups. There's no add-ons, no surprise fees. You can see the true pricing at hobletdodge.com. No hassle, no pressure ever. Dealership, search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. You tell them. I command you to tell them. Carmichael Dave sent you. 30 seconds. We're back. Leading off next.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
2.4 to go. Kings down by 2. Skip pass, cross court. Keegan, double clutch 3 for the win. It rims out. He had that extra hesitation as the defender went running by on a flyby, but then he was forced into almost a double clutch, and it rimmed out. And the Kings are denied an opening night win in front of a sellout crowd of 18,049. The final score, 117-115, as Minnesota evens its record at 1-1.
18,049. Isn't that a fire hazard? That's too many.
That's too many.
Yeah.
And they all went home sad. Mighty Casey struck out.
There might have been a Wolf fan.
Wolf fan.
A Wolf fan.
It's the most random thing about the Timberwolves is that's the first starter jacket I ever owned.
No.
I swear to God it was.
Why?
I mean, why would I make that?
But
honestly,
why would you have that?
It was a present from my grandma.
Who, Richardson?
No.
Christian Laettner?
No, it was those old, I don't even know how to describe them, but like the 80s version where it's like satiny. And
I know it.
Okay.
It's clean.
Oh, man, you could get a lot of money for one of those now.
I mean,
and it's the first that they just started.
It was literally, I think, their first year. And I don't blame her for this.
They were baby wolves.
She thought they were tiny little, they were pups. She liked the colors.
Yeah.
She knew. Here's my grandma's thought on all that. She knew I was a
dad's mom, mom's mom.
Mom's mom.
Okay.
She knew.
Was it bedazzled?
My mother, no, but my name was written on the back of it on the inside. So like,
So you got sewn in?
no, my mom took a marker.
Oh, so that you would know if you left it at school.
My mom literally would write our last name on her Tupperware if she like left it at one of her interwheel meetings or whatever, which is like Rotary for ladies. Like,
Who's this belong to?
Yeah, well, you know,
Barb's.
Yeah, as far as Barb's Tupperware. And by the way, half the time the Tupperware was like an old Country Crock butter thing that was my mom's Tupperware.
Yeah,
Cool Whip.
They knew.
Country Crock. Yeah, Mom, you don't need to write she'd go to Tupperware parties with her own gear. Be like, guys, what are you doing? You've already got Tupperware.
Right.
I mean, when you think about it, it's actually pretty smart. My
Country Crock is for soup.
Country Crock is great for soup. Cool Whip's also great for soup as well.
No, that's too much of a tease.
It's just that's the personal soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my grandma just liked the colors.
Okay.
And my grandma thought David's a basketball fan, and these are really nice colors.
Yeah.
And the Kings are awful.
Yeah, she didn't think about like, oh, you can't wear. She didn't understand sports like that.
And I don't like that he likes the Celtics.
Yeah, that was a whole, well, she had every reason not to, by the way, when you think about it deeply. But in the meantime, let's see if we can get some revenge tonight. De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Edwards. This time it's probably for real.
Probably.
Rudy
It's
Gobert.
real.
It is real.
Yeah, it's for the cup.
It is for the cup.
Yeah. That fun court, different unis. Royale.
I hate the whole, I'm just saying, don't isolate that. I really try to avoid doing the whole, I know something and I'm going to say I know something, but I can't really talk about the thing I know because it's just not fair to everybody. It makes you sound like an ass. A butt. Sorry. I don't think this went over well everywhere. Externally and internally. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Like, I could see this going a couple of ways. I can see this go exactly.
How do you think I feel about it? Go through your ways and then think about how I'm going.
Oh, this is a great question.
And let everybody know what you're talking about.
Huh? Who would say?
Does everybody know what you're talking about?
Royale.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry. Royale. Thank you, Jason. The new Kings co-mascot, not really a co-mascot, but it's going to come out for these games, a City Connect or whatever. I'm probably not getting it right. It is
where does he go after that?
Goes back to Cincinnati because it's an ode to the Cincinnati Royale logo. It's a
long trip.
Human version of the logo that appeared on the shorts back to Circa Oscar Robertson.
I've actually watched the Kings in Cincinnati.
He's actually watched the Kings in Cincinnati.
Now, and all of them said, wait, they're from here?
My instinct is that because these are almost universally hated, Chris actually thinks they're kind of cool.
Okay.
Also, maybe a bonus that they're going to scare a lot of children, and that makes Chris laugh. Am I correct?
Don't
worry about the reasoning. Just am I correct that you are good with this?
I am not good with it.
Oh, wow.
But I definitely want a shirt of it.
Here's how it's going to go, my prediction. Number one, the most obvious, hey, mascot comes out, happens, it's just the mascot. Everyone freaks out at first like they do with anything new. And then it just becomes like, it's like Dunkson. Like, oh, hey, here's Royale. Number two, the mascot happens. There's an uproar that doesn't die down, and eventually they get rid of it.
Oh.
Number three, it's like Gritty or something. Everyone freaks out at first, but then, oh my God, this is great. And Royale eventually overtakes Slamson and puts him in the retirement home.
Stop.
Royale, I'm just giving you possibilities. Or four, internally, they realize they've made a horrific mistake. This is going to go down like Lucille with the San Francisco Giants, and they do some sort of a bit where Slamson like eats Royale or like throws him in a burning fire or something, something. But it's got to be cool for kids. And
I mean, we do have a kid here. Should we ask him his opinion?
Yeah. Does he? Yes, I think we should ask little David. Has he seen this mascot? Royale?
You've seen Royale, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
He looks like a circus peanut.
The mouths of babes, man. A circus peanut. What? Does he have headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Okay, David. When you say he looks like a circus peanut, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he look a little scary?
Well, yeah. He has that like Pennywise kind of smile.
Okay, so if you were, let's say, I don't know, maybe it's 9, 10. What time do you go to bed at night, David? Usually on a school night.
Like 9.
Okay, that's a great bedtime. It's better than my kids. Good for you. Good for your parents. If it's like 9 o'clock, you turn out the light, and then all of a sudden you kind of look on the side of your bed, and there's Royale, but he's holding like free Kings tickets in a jersey. He's like, "Hey, David, I got some tickets for you." Are you happy that you have free tickets and maybe some gear, or are you screaming because this thing is in your bedroom?
No, I'm just gonna jump off my top bunk and drop kick him.
Yo. Okay. Also, breaking news.
I don't care about violence.
I think. Okay, you need to isolate that. Thank you. Breaking news before we go to break, though. You've got a top bunk.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Those are the days.
What a charmed life that is. Top bunk's the best, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you sleep on the bottom bunk, it'll eventually fall down on you in the middle of the night. That's what I always thought.
Yeah.
Or you're like me and you fall off the top bunk.
Wow.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Middle of the night?
Middle of the night.
Sleeping? Any injured, or you were fine?
No, I was fine.
How is that?
How are you fine when you fall off your top bunk?
Yeah.
That's like 5 feet up.
I fell on something.
Your face?
No, I felt like on like I don't know, it was like a pillow or something like that.
How do you fall on a pillow?
There was a pillow on the ground.
Wow.
Did you?
Also explains a bit.
Yes, it does.
No,
Okay.
was it your stuffed animal that you're doing WWE wrestling on?
Oh, my wrestle buddy.
Yeah.
We'll revisit that at some point. We'll take a break when we come back. Kings, Wolves tonight. This time it's a cup match. This time it's for real. We're Wrestle Buddy? We're right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Out the door this Friday morning to a chilly start. Make sure you're layered up. As we head through the afternoon, expecting to have sun and clouds mixing in. Today's a dry day, but it's going to stay cool with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. There's no better time to visit Elk Grove Honda than during our year-end clearance sale in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
How was your job to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's great.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. What is old is sometimes new again. Hollywood characters and storylines return. Clothing styles and hairstyles return. Not all returning themes are good. Inflation increased 2.6% in October, higher than September's 2.4% reading. More than half of this uptick was due to increased shelter prices. Transportation costs and electricity also spiked last month. Gasoline prices declined 12.2% over the past 12 months, however. This year's presidential election may have shown that inflation is still very much in the minds of American voters. While price increases have abated since their 9.1% high in 2022, prices remain elevated, 21.4% higher since early 2020. The inflation report may help the Federal Reserve decide on its short-term path forward, holding rates steady or continuing with the rate cuts. Items that could take shape in the next few years, immigration policies and trade proposals such as levying tariffs could lead to higher inflation. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic FA Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic FA is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic FA.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store Truman was 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
My buddy's a high roller. He goes, dude, I'm a high roller, man.
David Spade live. Catch me inside tour.
Oh, dude, they fly me out there. Comp. That $89 flight on Southwest, they cover that? You know it. How about limo to and fro the airport with a sunroof? How much you down? He goes, about 90 grand.
David Spade. Friday, November 22nd, on stage at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss David Spade live. A Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
So a wrestle buddy was a real thing? It wasn't just like you had a stuffed animal that you called your wrestle buddy?
No, I had a Hulk Hogan wrestle buddy. Oh. My cousin had a Ultimate Warrior.
That was he the one with the white nipples? What? No, for real. No, I'm not. That isn't a Carmichael Dave thing. Hold on. No, he had like bleached nip. No,
That's the first thing that you go to with Ultimate Warrior.
As a kid, they freaked me out. Hold on. Yeah, dude. See? Well, right?
Are they bleached?
I think he bleached his nipples. They were weird, and I didn't like them. I don't think I've ever said that out loud before. So I feel like that's weird of me. Is that weird of me? Did anybody else ever pick up on that?
I had never seen that.
That
doesn't look weird.
No, it's just always, I guess. Is Ultimate Warrior still with us?
No.
Oh, rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. Okay, or don't. I don't know that backstory, so I'll trust Chris. I didn't know that there were Wrestle Buddies. Sorry. You had a Hulk Hogan one?
Yes. There's probably a commercial out there.
Was your favorite thing that Hulk Hogan ever did, and like regularly ever did, was when he would get like choked out and then they'd like raise his arm up once and it would fall, and then they raise it up again and it would fall, and they raise it up a third time and he'd put like the one finger in the air, and then he'd rise up and he'd like somehow get out of the choke, and then he'd just start beating the hell out of people.
That's when he'd Hulk up.
He'd Hulk up. Kings versus Timberwolves tonight.
Are you looking up Wrestle Buddy?
You know, I have to. I'm sorry, because this is here we go. Is there going to be a commercial before the commercial? Of course there is.
Why wouldn't there be?
How to not pay off your credit. That should be, by the way, if I ever run for president, YouTube is not allowed to show commercials before A, commercials, or B, movie trailers. Like anything
those are commercials.
That's right. Anything that's a commercial, dude, you cannot show a commercial before a commercial.
Will you please see what those boys are up to? Hey, kids, this is WWF Wrestling Buddies. Wrestling Buddies from Tonka. Honk 'em, bop 'em. Wrestling Buddies are looking for action.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Nothing, Dad. Not yet.
Who do you think you are?
Dad, Hulk Hogan.
Wrestling Buddies want to be your buddy.
Hey, what's going on up there?
Nothing, dear.
WWF Wrestling Buddies, new from Tonka. Each separately.
Oh, they're each sold separately, as opposed to all of them together.
I thought you would get them all.
I was honestly hoping Mom would at some point come up like Dad did and just get slammed, just right into the ring. Like now here we go, Mom.
Or if you like want to make it a little risque at the end of the commercial, the kids goes, "Sounds like Dad's got a new wrestling buddy over here."
In the Christopher Law written portion of that,
we're all on our best behavior. Dude, your grandson is right behind you.
My grandson?
Whatever. My grandson. You want to make it a little risky. Oh, it's Dad off the top row. Daddy's pinning Mommy.
Okay, now that's going way too far. Yeah, way too far.
Sorry. Anyways. Yeah, Wrestle Buddies. By the way, Tonka deserves more credit. Tonka was a baseline of my childhood. All kinds of Tonka stuff. Obviously, Tonka trucks.
That was the same thing. I'm just now putting that together.
Tonka
they did trucks and wrestling buddies.
And probably other things that had asbestos in it. But the Tonka thing was like the one I had was a yellow like Corvette, and I had like 3 of these, and okay, so you put it on the ground and you roll it back, and then it would just take off. And we had 2 cats, Riff and Raff, true story. And the orange one would always come up and be fascinating. Riff, yeah. Yes, Riff was the orange one and Raff was the black one. So we pull I'd pull the Tonka truck back, right? And then Riff would come over to sniff it, like, oh, what's going on?
Riff sniff.
And Riff would just jump up in the air. It was the coolest thing in the world to me. Not to Riff.
How did Raff do?
Oh, Raff sucked. Raff didn't like anybody. Raff just was like, here's my rear end, and walk away.
Yeah.
That's what Riff did. Raff, here's my tail is up.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me or I'll scratch you. Like, typical cat. Riff was a gamer.
Okay.
All right, P.
Easily
Riff.
scared.
Riff got we lived by Ants Hoffman Park, and Riff ended up a good 10, 11 years, but then Riff got we think he might have come across a mountain lion or something. Riff got jacked up by something in the woods.
Riffed away.
Yeah, Riff. Kings Timberwolves tonight, 7:00. What changed? Again, you were not here for my query about DeMar DeRozan being out in the second half. We never had this conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm always really careful about this because I think we all agree. DeMar has been all that has been advertised and then some.
Absolutely.
None of what I'm about to say, and I always do this prelude, is anything. I'm not disrespecting or being negative or anything towards DeMar. DeMar has been everything and more than what we expected. But it's my constant question is Is DeMar DeRozan's presence so gravitational that it has somehow stunted the overall offense? Although the numbers don't say that.
Right.
But my thought is this, and I was talking to somebody who used to play, who brought up actually a pretty good point, that when you're in an offense and you know you're going to get the ball back, when you're going to touch the ball a couple times per possession, you don't even think about giving the ball up. But if there's a situation where, and not everybody thinks this consciously, but hey, if I give this ball up, I'm probably not seeing it again, and you get used to that. Now, all of a sudden, when you have a wide open shot, it's a little bit different because this might be the only wide open shot you're going to get for 2, 3, 4, 5 possessions in a row. Whereas when it's freewheeling and everybody's everything, they're loving to pass the ball and it's just going, you don't even think about that. Is it possible that when DeRozan went out in the second half, they were up, I think, 5 or 6 going into the half. When he went out in the second half and they outscored him by 20-something, did that do something to open the offense and really take the lid off the bucket? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible? Sure. Yeah, I mean, the results were good, but I would say, too, the thing I said earlier in the show yesterday was – 2 things on that. One, they also had played really well before that, built a 15-point lead. Were scoring at the same clip, hitting the same percentage. Like, they were having a good shooting day.
Yeah.
With DeRozan only having 2 points, the first 2 points of the game. And then the second half, I think they just kind of blew it open and had I would say the thing that might have helped that is the group that was left had played so many minutes, so many games, so many reps together.
Yeah.
DeRozan's the new entity. That's also the sole reason probably why they beat the Suns the first time.
Right.
I mean, he had a 16-point fourth, 8-point overtime. They don't win without him.
That's right.
So I think you need it all. I think they're still sorting out all of it, but I just felt like that game was good shooting from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it just kept going all game.
And then the question is that sustainable? Now, what are they going to do tonight against Minnesota, who is a tremendous defensive team, number 1 in the league last year?
They're walking into a tough one. Minnesota's lost 3 in a row. And generally a really good team. I mean, you're going to get one of their best performances. And if the Kings can handle that, that's awesome. But I mean, this isn't an overlook. This isn't a schedule game. This is, you are getting a locked in version, I think, of the Timberwolves tonight. They've had a bad 3-game stretch. They lost to
home Miami and then at Portland twice in a row.
We're going to Portland thinking, okay, we'll probably get both, but at worst we're getting one, and they lost both. So this is, and they're at what, 500 now?
They're 500. They lost to Portland by a combined 22 points over 2 games.
Yeah. So either something's not clicking,
right?
Which might partly be true, but I think they're going to get a locked in version, whatever that means to everybody out there of the Timberwolves. This is going to be a pretty focused group tonight.
What a weird schedule for Minnesota. They play Portland at home November 8th. Yeah. They play Miami at home November 10th. And then November 12th and 13th, they're at Portland. They play Portland 3 times in 5 days.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, well, let's just hope, because Sacramento's going to see him again on the 27th. Yeah, let's just hope. I don't want to be the get-right game.
Right.
I'll say this as we go to break. If Minnesota's going to have a 3-game losing streak, I'd rather be games 1, 2, or 3 of that losing streak.
Hot take.
Thanks. Because you know what they say about game 4s of a losing streak? Game 4, generally no more losing. I've said it. I said it the other day on television from Tiki Barber.
Yeah,
Tiki Barber said it.
Yeah.
All right, lots more on this game later tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, Week 11 opened yesterday. Interesting game. I watched this sucker start to finish, and boy, did it have some roller coastering on it. We'll get into that and more coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah. it ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Thanks to Christopher Laud for bringing in donuts today. Did you let Tom and Cody know?
I did. She already grabbed hers.
That girl, she's on it. She's on the donuts. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Excuse my ignorance from the text line. What does the term clip mean?
Clip? Like we're going to play a clip?
Like we're going to play a clip? It's, I'm assuming that's a piece of audio. So like, hey.
Or clip up some audio. Yeah, make it a sound bite, something you can play back. And
yeah, like this
is the height of luxury.
Yeah, like.
Well, and you return to the ring.
Like that's a clip we're going to play later between it's an interview Mike Tyson did yesterday.
Oh,
did you see this clip?
I did. She got more than she bargained for.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. We'll play that a bit later. From the 916, what's up, guys? I too had them wrestling buddies. And as a Kings fan, I'm not worried about their record. Remember, the Miami Heat super team had a rough, slow start to the first season. That's from Eli. Okay, well.
Exactly. Make the finals this year.
Yeah, you're good.
Not worried about whose record.
No, the Kings record. Yeah,
oh, yeah, they're doing fine.
They're fine. By the way, speaking of the Eagles, who we're about to talk about, the Eagles and the Commanders, the Eagles memorabilia and authenticity partner at The Realist. Well, they're just called The Realist. I'm reading their Twitter handle. The Realist, not IST, like I'm real est. They're offering grass clippings in a bottle collected after each home game for $29.99.
No thanks.
I mean, I love me some weird memorabilia. First off, the label, which you can't see, it's the Eagles logo, and under it says Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then in all caps it says Field Grass, and it's on like a green eagle-y background, colors and all that. Now, if they had like the opponent and the score first off on the label, that's you got to have that. So what game's it from? I don't know. Secondly, I still wouldn't buy it, but if it was like this was the grass on the field when they won the NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl, and they won the title, $30 for that.
Okay,
I might do that.
Would you want? What would the equivalent be? Slamson fur?
Yeah, I really, honest to God, you and I are on the same page. I thought, what would be the Kings equivalent? I think you said something like this the other day, but would it be like confetti or string, like a bottle of confetti that came down from the heavens after that huge win? I don't know, but yes, if the price was right, I'd have a shelf. Here's some dirt from Hawaii. Here's some grass from Levi Stadium.
Here's the Berlin Wall.
Here's the Berlin Wall. Here's yeah, exactly. Here's some sand from Gettysburg.
Here's Abe Lincoln's hair.
Abe Lincoln's a little bit of Abe Lincoln's beard. Yeah, I would be all over that. Like if somewhere, just for the historical value, like if what's one? The seat belt that OJ wore in the Bronco. $100. I'd pay that. I'd pay it. Now
he was in the back.
Also probably wasn't wearing a seatbelt anyways. He was using it, but you know, something like that.
The cell phone he called Bob Costas on or whatever.
At least I would pay. Honest to God, Bob Costas. Did he do that?
Didn't he call like the? Wasn't there some story that he tried to call like the newsroom or something?
Yeah. I'd pay $500 for that. I would pay. That would be the line. Now it would go for a lot more. That is all the OJ memorabilia I would pay for. Let's not start volunteering memorabilia, audience. Here's a clip. Shut up. Here's a clip that I don't know why the Giants let out, but this is the GM of the Giants a year ago calling Saquon Barkley on the telephone.
Yeah, what's up?
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Just chilling with the fam.
You in Jersey right now?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey right now.
Yeah. How's the off season been? You doing anything?
Yeah, I've been good. Traveled a little bit, but just trying to get back into the grind of off-season treatments.
Yeah. All right. So I just talked to Ed Barry, and I think just mulling over this, the right thing to do is let you test the market and see what your value is. I don't want to do the franchise thing or all that stuff again. I don't want to go through that. We've both been through that. You know, if you really want to be a Giant for life and you're interested in staying here and coming back, just see what your market is and then have Ed come back to us and we'll see if we can come to an agreement.
That's his agent. All right, I appreciate that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Can you give me your word on that, or you're not going to give us a chance?
What do you mean? Like circling back?
Yeah.
I mean, I already told you where I want to be, so.
Okay. All right, well, let's do that. We'll go out and see what the market says. I think it's the right thing to do. I love you, man. I appreciate everything you did for the organization. You know, the 2 years I was here, and I'm not saying we're not going to get something done, but I think it's right if for some reason it doesn't work out, that you know that the organization thinks the world of you and everything you've done. But hopefully, you go out there, you see the market, and you say, you know what, I want to be here, and you give us a shout back.
Spoiler alert.
How'd the date end?
The date ended a little bit like this.
Barkley, first down, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Barkley! There it is, 23-yard explosion.
Oh, they got touchdowns out of him.
That was just one. You're gonna have to wait 20 seconds until the second touchdown of the game for him.
Hurts under center. He goes with a pitch to Barkley. Barkley across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Goodbye!
I heard Hurts, so he's not a Giant anymore.
Not a Giant. He's an Eagle. 2 touchdowns, 20 seconds apart.
And another big game overall.
When Saquon Barkley came into the league, he was one of those like, dude, this guy's going to be special. And he struggled a little bit, injuries and all that. Not terrible, just. Yeah. And this is I feel like this is the year he's putting it all together. And weird how going to a different franchise with, a culture and good players, what that can do to you. And by the way, he's doing all this with Jason Kelce retiring last year, which is a big part of that offensive line, obviously.
And in division.
Dude, I know. And in division. And, I mean, just down the turnpike. And he is like, this is the best Saquon Barkley's ever looked. You know, we had the backwards hurdle and all that stuff, but
move of the year by far.
This is like prime. You're never going to see him better than he is right now. I love seeing athletes do that. Great game yesterday. The Commanders had the lead, then it all fell apart.
Jaden Daniels.
Thank you. Not Jalen Brown.
Yeah. Could have gone for the field goal late.
We'll get to that later. I don't understand that decision. You're down 2. Guy had already nailed a 44-yarder.
And your defense had been great at that point.
I don't understand that move at all. We'll take a break. When we come back, Dave Richards, CBS Sports Fantasy Football Questions. Get him in right now at 1-800-912-1140 or text them 916-339-1140 or chat them. We're back after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-5795. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive. Like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it! I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
Well, 2025 is almost here, so we're giving you a head start on the new year when you save up to $15,500 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, starting as low as $37,995.
Wow, already that kind of savings on next year's models?
Yep, and you won't find better deals on more Ram trucks than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. There's a reason we continue to be one of the biggest Ram dealers in the country, with numerous customer service awards, including the very prestigious Walter P. Chrysler Award, which means we are in the top 1% of dealers in the nation.
Don't miss the savings on new 2025 Rams right now at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,500 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 1500 after $10,000 factory rebates and $5,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 SFS bonus cash. Must finance through Stellantis. $3,000 in Hoblet Select inventory coupons. $500 on-the-job upfit incentive with proof of business ownership. And $2,000 in Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade-ins. 10 of this net savings, see dealer for details. Sample VIN 544-890.
The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. November 24th at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. The music, the memories, the Beach Boys. Riding an endless summer wave into 2024. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold, live.
I've had acid reflux my entire life. And here's the worst thing about having acid reflux. It's triggered by food. And when you grew up in an Indian house, like I remember going to my mom, I can't eat Indian food anymore. My mom goes, what? Do you realize people in India are dying to eat this food? Literally dying. I said, Mom, do you understand that I'm dying if I eat this food? Literally dying.
Russell Peters is coming to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on Saturday night, November 23rd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Telling you about Saquon Barkley, who's now he took the lead from Derrick Henry. He's at 1,137 yards with 8 touchdowns, right? That's pretty good.
Is that good?
Well, he's got another 2 through the air as well.
Okay.
So he's already, with 7 more games left, at 1,137 yards, 10 touchdowns, and another 210 through the air. He also has 9 touches, which have ended at the 1-yard line, the most in football. The subsequent plays: Hurts touchdown, Hurts touchdown, Hurts touchdown, Hurts touchdown, Hurts touchdown. Saquon rush, lost yardage. Hurts pass touchdown. Hurts rush, he fumbled, and Hurts touchdown.
Wow.
That's insane.
That hurts. Yeah.
Thanks to Ben Solak for that stat, joining us right now. He always gets the touchdowns. The one, the only, from CBS Sports, David Richard. Good morning, Dave.
Dave, Jason, how are you? What a great and also miserable stat for Saquon Barkley. And this is that was the one thing that everybody was worried about with Saquon when he went to Philadelphia as a free agent, that he would just get so many touchdown opportunities taken away at the goal line. And I remember thinking at the time, there's no way that Philadelphia is going to take them all away. Sure, they're going to take some, but they've kind of done it. And yet, he's still one of the very best fantasy football running backs you could ask for.
Is he the number 1 pick if we redraft today?
He probably is. You can make the case for Derrick Henry. You can make the case, honestly, if it's rest of season, you can make the case for Christian McCaffrey. But it would probably be those three guys and Bijan Robinson in the hopper for the 101.
Because if I remember right, we didn't know about McCaffrey before the draft, right? He was number 1, and then what? Breece Hall, was that kind of the 1-2?
Yeah.
Breece was 2. Goodness, who was 3? It really wasn't. Bijan was probably 3. Some people had Bijan ahead of Breece. And Saquon was like a borderline round 1 pick. I can look up his ADP if you really want me to, guys. I can tell you what it was, but
okay, all right. Hey, look it up. Hold on. Jason, I think Saquon Barkley's average draft position was 8.
That was my number. So I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
I still don't have it yet.
That's okay. We can vamp. We were talking about Bijan Robinson, so let me see if I can come up with a hot take while Dave's looking here. Let me get his stats up for the year. Bijan Robinson, where you at? There you are. So he has 155 carries this year for 748. Okay. Is Bijan Robinson the running back? Kyle Pitts take is not going to work. He's actually better. All right. I filled enough. Do you have it?
I do.
Okay.
In PPR leagues, he was 7.2.
Oh, Jason gets it.
Yeah,
Jason.
close.
Of course, Jason gets it.
Of course, Jason. Of course,
he was even higher in non-PPR. He was a top 5 overall pick in non-PPR.
wow.
That makes sense.
Okay, all right.
Running backs get pushed up.
Okay, all right. Well, very good.
Yeah,
Jason.
So you would still, though, at this point, David, it was 1 game for Christian McCaffrey. I think it was okay. I mean, there was for the first game after being out that long, but going forward, though, you're still very high on CMC.
He's my number 1 running back this week. My number 1 overall player in non-PPR this week. I thought he looked good. I know the rushing average wasn't what you wanted it to be, but holy cow, he played 89% of the snaps. It was pretty much, other than not scoring a touchdown, pretty close to what you were hoping for from McCaffrey on a week in and week out basis, which is 100 total yards, bunch of catches, and obviously the touchdown. We might get that this week against Seattle. Seattle's run defense isn't very good. And it's clear that McCaffrey, there were many examples of him having, trademark burst, explosiveness through the hole, like all those things that helped make him him. And then that big catch and run that he had against Tampa, that was huge too. So I think we go right back to Christian McCaffrey. I can't say that everything's forgiven. It's week 11 and he's just now getting back to his second game, but it does look like a fresh-legged Christian McCaffrey is here to save fantasy managers.
I was having a conversation with this person wasn't in my league, but we were over the weekend just having a rando conversation. He's an Alvin Kamara owner, as am I. We were having a conversation about, is this a time where you look to Alvin Kamara, and if somebody gives you a good offer, if they give you a good offer, you make a trade. But if Alvin Kamara was a stock, he started out gangbusters. He hasn't had a touchdown since October 13th. He did have the 155-yard rushing game against Carolina. But is Kamara to you a sell, hold, or buy guy even?
I don't think he's a buy guy. We know that he's got one thing working against him, which is he's not 100% healthy. Saints aren't going anywhere this year. At what point do the Saints say, you know what? Let's take a look at some of our younger running backs. And since they signed Alvin Kamara to a contract extension, they rest him. So that takes him out of the conversation as being a someone to trade for. If you got a good offer for Alvin Kamara, I would trade him away because, again, on top of him being a little beat up, not finding the end zone, Taysom Hill's back. He's going to bogart a touchdown or two between now and the rest of the season. What happens if he just ends up not being as effective as we want him to be? What happens if there's a game that comes along where he doesn't get a bunch of catches? If his rushing efficiency goes down, he's an older running back. What if he gets hurt? So there are a lot of paths for him to kind of fade. And if I've got Kamara and no one's offering me anything for him, yeah, I'll write him out. But I'm going to want to have another running back on my bench just in case the end of the year comes and AK is not okay and he ends up
playing. Dave, how about just one more thing back on the Niners? Pearsall last week, a couple catches, got a touchdown. I mean, it was a great story, but besides the story element, is he factor in anywhere deeper onto a roster, you think?
He absolutely should be on every roster. He was my number 1 wide receiver to add off waivers back on Tuesday. He was somebody that I just thought was explosive. He does everything that you would want a receiver in that offense to do. Certainly capable of making plays after the catch. Tremendous route runner. Plays a lot. Good hands. And he's clearly a step forward as he's gone along here. got off to a slow start, and now he's starting to play significantly better. I don't think his playing time is going to go away. And I think his production might end up taking some numbers away from Debo and from Kittle and from Jawan Jennings even. So I think he belongs on fantasy rosters. Is he a must start in your fantasy league? That's where I might say no, because I think that it's like a bye week guy. Sure, he might get 4 catches for 60 yards. That could be pretty much something he does every week. I don't know, guys, if he's got the upside every week to do what he did against Tampa. Yeah. And it is Tampa. It's one of the easiest matchups that you could ask for. But he's playing Seattle this week. That's another pretty favorable matchup. It's just a matter of how many targets is he legitimately going to get from week after week after week. Is it going to be 6? Is it going to be lower some weeks? We'll see. But for now, absolutely somebody that should be on fantasy rosters.
Dave Richard with us. Is it all hands on or off deck with the Jets? They are fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. But you do have Aaron Rodgers. You have Breece Hall. You have Garrett Wilson. You have players on that team that were drafted rather high in many cases. When you look at what they have remaining and just your general feel, are you an out guy on the Jets, or is there value to be had there grabbing them from someone else?
I think now is the time to grab them from somebody else, because especially in the case of Breece Hall, like there's no way he's this bad of a player. And one of the easiest things the Jets could do is lean on him a little bit more and run the ball a little bit more. It could be tough for them this week. I do buy into the Colts run defense as being good. DeForest Buckner is healthy. He'll play there for him. That makes a world of difference for Indianapolis on that D line. But Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, those are basically the only 2 guys getting targets in that offense. I don't think it's really going to change that much, even if/when Alan Lazard comes back. And so in leagues where catches count, those guys are they've got too much going for them to put on the bench. Plus, this week especially, Indianapolis's pass defense isn't overall good. If you've got Devontae Adams, you do have to watch out. He's missed practice for 2 days this week. If he practices on Friday, he should be good to go. If he doesn't, then you've got to be aware of that for lineups when they lock in week 11. But as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, I honestly, and this is, it's easy for me to criticize him because he's an older quarterback. We know that he's not at 100%. He's on the injury report too, but he'll play. But there have been timing issues all season long. First, it was with Garrett Wilson, and then it was with Devontae Adams, and you still kind of see it with both of them as recently as last week. At some point, you have to say, well, it's on the quarterback, and it's the quarterback not getting the ball out fast enough, not reading defenses fast enough, and this is important too. He's not anywhere near as able to move compared to how he was earlier in his career. And when pressure's on him, he can't go anywhere. He's Joe Flacco-esque. And that makes him a liability for fantasy. It takes away passing opportunities. He could fumble when he's sacked. It does make him a problem. I don't want to trust him. I will trust his receivers because I think his receivers still have good upside, and Breece Hall is a good buy low.
Dave, for the week, if we're looking QB, running back, wide receiver, just this may cover the basis for a lot of our listeners. Who do you have maybe ranked higher than normal so people could go, yeah, I maybe should plug them into my lineup?
Brock Purdy is top 5. Joe Burrow is top 5. I think everybody knew to start Joe Burrow anyway, but Justin Herbert's playing against the Bengals in that same game on Sunday night. And Herbert's really been throwing the ball amazing since the bye. It's just a matter of just how much volume will he throw. I think he'll need to throw a decent amount, and I think Cincinnati's a good matchup for him. Audric Estime was a guy that I kind of mentioned it on Twitter, like he was a good stash candidate at running back, and he ended up leading the Broncos offense. He's got Atlanta this week. Falcons have a lot of injuries on defense. I could see Estime having a decent game. Not a top 24 running back, but somebody who is certainly ranked higher. He's ranked higher than any other Broncos running back for me. So I think that he's interesting. Some receivers that I've got ranked higher than normal. Jawan Jennings with the 49ers. Cedric Tillman with the Browns. The Chargers receivers, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston. All those guys are ahead of Drake London for me. I think the matchup is going to be hard for Drake London against the Broncos. They've been great. They've been great against number 1 wide receivers other than Zay Flowers, but it's really more of like those physical number 1 receivers, those perimeter guys, especially those that don't move with quickness. And that's certainly what Drake London is one of those guys. And let me give you 2 tight ends. Dawson Knox in Buffalo, Cole Kmet in Chicago. Knox is going to be a plug and play if Dalton Kincaid doesn't play for the Bills in that matchup against Kansas City. Kincaid did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday. If he doesn't practice on Friday, Dawson Knox is a top 10 tight end for me. And Chicago changed offensive coordinators. They're going to try and I don't know how you rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic for that offense. But one thing they could do is ask Caleb Williams to throw shorter passes. And Cole Kmet's been a good short area target for Caleb all season long. I would expect to see Cole Kmet see an uptick in targets this week. A low-end fantasy tight end that I would start ahead of Hunter Henry. I would start him again over Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith. Those types of guys I would start Cole Kmet over.
That's Dave Richard, CBS Sports, who in the future, it's a little bit of a glare, just so you know, if you could in the future do your interviews with us slid just a little to your right, because behind you there's something glaring out from over your right shoulder that's really,
what could that be?
I think it's offensive, if I'm being honest. It's a little kind of a bad
offend you.
Huh?
I'm sorry, David. Here, I'll just stand right over 2023 Miami Hurricanes Final Four basketball team.
Where can people see, watch, hear you, and all that fun stuff, David?
Well, like the Miami Hurricanes, I'm still somebody that likes to be at the top of my class as far as helping people and making people happy. So you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Dave Richard. And of course, on YouTube, the name of the show is Fantasy Football Today, live every day, helping you with your fantasy football teams. We just recorded our Start Sit Part 2 episode for Week 11, went through half the games on Friday, half the games on Thursday. And then at 10 a.m. on CBS Sports Network. Yeah, you get that channel. Watch me and the rest of the crew on Fantasy Football Today as we go through our favorite starts and sits of the week and also our favorite player props.
Oh, and I appreciate that you always wait until we're off the air to do that. Right at 10.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
or you can watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Happy to do that. I had a question for you. I forget. I'll save it for next week.
Yes.
I guess we got a break anyways. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a fine week 11.
Jason,
and
I don't know how you deal with this guy, but good luck in your fantasy league.
Oh, that's it. Do you think that there's actually a relative of somebody whose job was literally to rearrange deck chairs on the Titanic, and that's like an offensive statement to them? I've never thought about that before, but somebody literally, their job was arranging chairs on the Titanic repeatedly, which means rearranging happened. And then that was like Grandpa Louie, and now everybody kind of makes fun of him because his whole job was crap.
I would imagine that job would have gone to a younger person who wasn't able to extend his family at the time of the Titanic sinking.
God,
wow, we got dark.
That's a dark thought, and
Have a
probably
great day,
accurate. Hey, take care, Dave. That's Dave Richard, CBS Sports. I imagine no one's offended because they're not alive, because that person never got to procreate.
Yes.
They were too young when they drowned. Back to you.
End of story.
When we come back, we're laughing about the Titanic going down. 3 for Madness. It's a big sports weekend. The Cavs are still undefeated. And Minnesota or Schminnesota. Well, we'll explain that next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
So you played at Wente Vineyards yesterday. We were just talking about it off the air, and so that got me looking. They have a summer concert series they've had for a long time.
Attempting to dazzle Dave.
And they've actually had some pretty decent names played there before. But I looked at their concert series from last year, and they started out with Queen Nation, obviously a Queen tribute band. Then they went to Best Intentions, which is a 5-piece, 5-vocalist, 8-piece band, Motown and R&B hits.
Okay.
Billy Nation, which is a Billy Joel tribute band. The Sun Kings, which is a Beatles tribute band. The Ill Eagles, right? I'm not even going to tell you. And then Evolution, which is the Bay Area's best journey band, they say. And I was thinking about this. If you're doing shows at a place like that, isn't that kind of really genius? You do, instead of having like C-level acts from the 80s and 90s, you know, like, hey, no offense to anyone, but like, hey, this weekend it's Fine Young Cannibals and their 2 songs, followed by Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
And then the following week, we're going to have Roxette. No, I like Martika and Toy Soldiers and every other song she did that we don't know. Isn't it kind of a good idea? You're not getting the stars, but you know, if you go,
you're getting their music.
You're getting their music done pretty damn well.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm going to have a night. It's not Billy Joel. I get it, but I'm going to have a night of pretty well done Billy Joel.
You're so white.
One more thing about tribute bands that I really like. Yeah, it's not Billy Joel, but you know what it is? Unlike Billy Joel, they have not sung every song a billion times, and they also didn't write it. So 99 times out of 100, tribute band is doing the song exactly like it sounds, word for word on the album. They're not doing the thing like, sing us this song, and then they hold the mic out for the crowd to sing because it's lazy.
Right.
They're singing the whole thing like it sounds on the album. Have a couple of pops. You're having a good time.
You're so white.
Yeah.
Would you go see Ragdoll?
Living in a movie. I would see Pharaoh Smith or whatever the fake Aerosmith is.
But the 20. What was
absolutely.
their name?
I don't even know what the hell their name. It was
actually it's Bo Jones.
A lady, Bo Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Jones
instead of Aerosmith.
I
got it.
Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo and Arrow.
Instead
Jones.
of Smith.
I had to walk myself through.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Bo part at first. I was like, Bo, because Bo's a name.
Yeah, Bo knows.
Bo does know. All right, Jason, enough of that. We have to focus.
Okay,
Jeez.
lock in.
Yeah, lock in, dude. 3 for Madness, Jake Moody. Question 1, please.
With such a huge sports weekend in front of us, rank your top 3 priorities.
Well, I'd say eating, drinking, and sleeping. Duh. Probably number 1, Niners, Seahawks. Number 2, Kings and both their games. And number 3, and I'm a little upset that it's kind of getting drowned out by the circus. I can't stress how big of a fight John Jones and Stipe Miocic is. The card's not incredibly strong, and I love the fact that Mike Tyson and Dana White are very good friends, as is Jake Paul. They all run in the same circle, so I don't think it's coincidence that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and that thing's happening tonight, and not going up against Jones and Miocic. But that's a fight a lot of us have been waiting for a long, long time. John Jones is near the end of his career, and Stipe is a guy who could sleep him if he hits him, but also was worked by Francis Ngannou before Francis left. I'm really looking forward because you're going to have a couple of rusty fighters, and John Jones has looked vulnerable in a couple of his last fights. That's a big deal to me. That's going to be a fun Saturday night. It's the first pay-per-view I've gotten in a while, so I go with those 3.
I'll put the Kings as one, even though I feel like tonight and then tomorrow night. But I'll do one. Kings number one. I might put actually the Chiefs Bills.
Honestly, that's a great show.
Chiefs win gets them undefeated, and I think we're starting to push to that. Can they do it? Can they go all the way?
Yeah.
If not, it kind of puts the Bills into another tier, possibly, which they're already been considered good. I think they have to win, obviously, in the postseason to get to that other level, like Baltimore a little bit. That's what they're waiting for. But I feel like that game's got a lot of intrigue to me. And then, I'll put the CMC Niners, just kind of see what they look like against Seattle.
If the Chiefs do beat Buffalo, they have Carolina, Vegas, the Chargers, which might be a sneaky good game, Cleveland, Houston, Pittsburgh, Denver. At what point do you start thinking they could do it?
Right.
Let's obviously assume they beat Buffalo.
That's
it?
A big bridge to cross, I think.
It's going to be some rando loss to the
Cleveland
Chargers, Cleveland, something like that. Let me just check real quick as we move on. Let's play this. This is a good game to play. Chiefs at Buffalo. What is the line and who is favored? Jason, I think you went first last time. Chris?
I am going to say Buffalo by 1.5.
I'm going to say Chiefs by 1.5.
We do not have a correct answer. The line is 2. The Bills are favored by 2 points over the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Will the Cavs be going into their showdown against Boston 15-0?
They better, because otherwise it's rando. They've got Chicago and Charlotte both at home. And then they have Boston at home coming up. Or is that Boston at home? Sorry, hold on. That's Boston Boston on the road. I apologize. I thought that was wrong. Boston right after that. So I would say, I would also expect them to be double-digit favorites in both their upcoming games. Let's take a look here. Cleveland favored by 10.5 tonight against the Bulls.
I mean, they're already to the point. I said this the other day that just 500 the rest of the way for them.
Yeah.
And they're like 48 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, they've established such a huge mark already in getting out to this lead. But I would think it would be more surprising if Chicago and Charlotte beat them. So
100%.
Yeah.
At what point, what do the Cavaliers have to do? At what point do you think maybe they go undefeated?
Beat the Chiefs.
80-0. Beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Minnesota is favored by 1.5 tonight. Is that fair?
I think it is. They've already beaten the Kings at home, and now the Kings don't have Malik Monk. By the way, do we have an update on DeMar DeRozan at all? Do we know if he's playing?
Last I heard was day to day.
Yeah, so there is a slight possibility
I believe Sean Cunningham said he is most likely going to be listed as doubtful.
Doubtful.
Oh, Sean's listed as doubtful?
Or DeMar DeRozan?
DeMar DeRozan.
Oh.
Courtesy of Sean Cunningham.
Well, it's probable. Well, doubtful that means no. So they could be, honestly, if they're out Monk and DeRozan tonight, you can make an argument that should be Minnesota 3-4.5. That being said,
Sean Cunningham's giving him 0 hats.
0 hats and no colognes. I think it's fair because I think Vegas is also looking at the fact that without DeRozan or Monk, the Kings blew the lid off of Phoenix in the second half. Not to mention Minnesota is, as you said, just
500.
lost 500, just lost 2 in a row to Portland. This is an important game for the Kings. I don't want to see them do the bouncy ball, beat Phoenix, lose to San Antonio, beat Phoenix, and then obviously Minnesota's better than San Antonio, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
By record, not that much better than San Antonio right now. And they have Anthony Edwards, but he's not a unicorn. He's really, really good, but he's not Wembanyama. Yeah. And by the way, I'm not saying he's not better than Wembanyama right now. I'm saying there are other players like Anthony Edwards now and in the past that you can make comparisons to. There's no comparison to Victor Wembanyama. That's all I meant by that.
Actually, I think they have the same record.
Are they both 6-6?
Mm-hmm. When Victor put 50 the other day, I think that got him to 500.
I think you are correct. Wow, San Antonio 6-6. Look at that. Clippers, Spurs, and T-Wolves all 6-6.
See, maybe I don't feel as badly about losing to the Spurs.
Maybe not.
Well, they did get run out of the building, but I thought that was their worst game of the year, the Kings.
I thought you were going to talk more.
Well, no, Dave, tell me a story right now. No, right now.
About what?
Anything.
Right.
What do you got? Don't you have a joke?
Damn you, Jason. You're supposed to do the whole, is it fair?
Is it fair?
The line.
The line? Yes. Your thoughts. Back to you.
We'll take a break when we come back. Royale.
Royale.
The new mascot. New co-mascot. Scaring kids nationwide. Let's talk about it next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Hey, we've been talking about our new sponsor here. They're with us for a couple of weeks now. We're so happy they are around. That's the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. They are just beasts in this industry, and they have been a proven commodity, established business in our area 70-plus years. And when you check them out, you'll know it, too. You'll feel it. You'll know how impressive they've been, and you know how others try to copy off them. Imitation is the finest form of flattery, but that's why you look for the red ribbon logo. That's the identifier. That's how you know you're dealing with the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. And when you contact them at 916-421-3747 or look up their website at ohdsac.com, you'll see an incredible selection of garage doors that will do more to improve the value of your home than you could have ever imagined. You might need that brand new door. You might need a simple repair to your existing door. It could be residential. It could be commercial. The point is they will take care of your needs, and they will do it very, very well. And while you're getting the information about Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, mention me, Jason Ross, or us right here at Sacktown Sports, and you'll receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Now, they are simply great at what they do and good people to work with. You'll notice that right away. Very happy to be connected with them, and I know you will be too. So it's Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Out the door this Friday morning to a chilly start. Make sure you're layered up. As we head through the afternoon, expecting to have sun and clouds mixing in. Today's a dry day, but it's going to stay cool with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
My buddy's a high roller. You'll see I'm a high roller, man.
David Spade live. Catch me inside tour.
Oh, dude, they fly me out there. Comp. That $89 flight on Southwest, they cover that? You know it. How about limo to and fro the airport with a sunroof? How much you down? He goes, about 90 grand.
David Spade. Friday, November 22nd, on stage at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss David Spade Live.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Friday, it's so fun. Love me some Friday. Yeah. I don't know what the song is, but
Disorder by Joy Division.
I don't like order. No, I don't. Disorder is my favorite thing. Let's go. Right?
Joy Division is your favorite band's favorite band.
You know, what's the other one everyone likes that I never got? The Velvet Underground.
Yeah,
that is like every band's favorite band. Every band's favorite band. And I've tried. I just, okay. There's a difference between what musicians like and what ding-dings like me like. By the way, I had a weird musical dream.
Bing bong.
Last night. I was at some random cafe or something. And Alice in Chains was playing circa like 1990. It was like before they hit.
Yeah.
And
they're at a coffee house.
Yeah, they were at some like, it was like like a bar or something. And after the show, like dreams, you can only remember part of it, but all I know is I was desperate to find Lane Staley and tell him, like, don't ever touch drugs. It's going to end really badly for you. And you're amazing. Like, I'm a huge Alice in Chains guy. And I had to like figure out a way to establish credibility that I was from the future. So I was like, okay, so you haven't even done your next 2 albums yet. Like, so basically I was hoping he'd written some of it. So I was like, hey, Jerry Cantrell's dad, when he was in Vietnam, he was called the Rooster. Like, how would I know that? And like, here's how Down in a Hole goes. And they're like, I'm trying to convince them that I'm actually from the future because no one else would know this stuff, so that I could tell Lane Staley not to do drugs and he could still be alive today. And I don't remember how it ended.
Okay, weirdo. Party of what?
It was a dream. I was having a dream about trying to save Lane Staley's life.
And then you come back into the future and like, okay, so is Alice in Chains still around? And they're like, what are you talking about?
They never existed. They just quit.
They just have 9-to-5 jobs.
Or they're still around. Everything's the same, but now they're playing like cruise ships. Lane's like 280, just big gray beard. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Just lip sync. Let's see. From the 5-3, the Tyson fight is far and away the headliner this weekend. I can't say it's not because people like a car crash, but I don't think it is to fight fans. And I don't mean that in a dismissive way. I think it's something to ogle. It's a spectacle.
Right.
But it's still a 58-year-old man fighting a YouTuber. No disrespect. It's not Stipe Miocic and John Jones Jr. That's like a legit fight. This is a circus. And circuses are fine. It's just
they're intriguing.
It's not the headline for me, but I will certainly watch. All right. Royale.
Yes. Is tonight the debut?
I think it's the debut
Royale.
of Royale. Let me just say this. I don't know ever in the history of sports has a mascot other than at the beginning of a franchise when there's been no other mascots. I don't know that any mascot has ever been unveiled that was not met with almost universal hatred. We don't like new stuff a lot of the times. And there's always going to be, it could be anything. 95% of the time we're going to hate it because we hate new stuff. It's just, that's just the way the psychology works.
Right.
So let me just paper.
Wow, I don't remember any hate for Dinger.
But Dinger, to my point, started with the River Cats. That was the first mascot.
Okay, so if it's a new okay, I got
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, one weird example is Gritty. Gritty showed up and it's like, what the hell is that? But it somehow took off.
Perfectly encapsulates
Philadelphia. So
orange fur.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Orange fur is huge in Philadelphia. Look, they're trying to sell, uniforms, okay? So there's that. And it's an homage to the Cincinnati Royals and their logo. Wait, hold on. Didn't the Kings put out a thing about, did they tweet at all about it? Because I'm not seeing it on their timeline at all. Interesting.
I saw it yesterday somewhere.
On their timeline. I don't think I'm missing it. It's not on their Twitter timeline at all. That's City Uniforms. And then this is a video of the Royal Legacy. They put out all the time. And then there's a thing about De'Aaron Fox. Ooh. I don't want to go as far as to say they took it down, but I don't see anything on their timeline. Anyways, whatever. So what it is it's a life-size version of the logo that appeared on the shorts back in the day. It's if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's a big orange basketball with a rather needs some eyebrows done.
It's a crown, right? Doesn't it have a crown?
Yeah, it has a crown, and they call it Royale. I want to also say, for full disclosure, that there's a lot of really good creative people that worked on this and worked very hard. And of course, you work on something, you have an assignment, you put it out there, and watching your work get trashed is a terrible thing.
And most likely the thing that you're creating is given parameters that you don't control.
Very strict parameters you can't control, and you were given this assignment from above. Let me stand in front of it one more way, because I think the first thing I think of when I look at this, well, somebody said, I think the best description I've heard so far, I will not take credit for this, is that Royale's face and the look on his face is exactly what fish see when people are looking in the tank. That's what we look like to them. And it's a basketball head with a crown on top and blue hair and eyebrows and a smile, but it looks angry. And that's what I was going to say to stand in front of this too. The first thing I said on Twitter yesterday was this is going to scare some kids, and this will fill diapers, no doubt about it. But look at pictures of Slamson. He kind of looks scary at first. Like I don't think of him as scary now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just look at like a Google image of Slamson,
but we become comfortable with him.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I would say still not as bad as Cake Baby.
Nothing's as bad as Cake Baby, dude.
Or the first Pelican.
Or the Burger King. Like those are all creepy looking things.
The Burger King.
Yeah, the Burger King. The big old Burger King face. But Slamson can look a little, that's the Slamson kind of looks like a windblown lion.
Yeah.
That being said, I want to give Royale a chance. By the way, could we have just done like, I don't know, like Royale?
That's what it is. What do you want it to be?
Maybe if it was like Roy and then L period and then like Royale King or Ball or I don't know, Royale.
I think one of the other major problems is they're trying to make a 3D creation off of a logo.
And it always looks better I guarantee you the concept art and the finished product are not probably the same. Now, ultimately, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's a flipping mascot. Who cares? Like, can it play the 4? Like nobody
shoot the 3.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. This really does not matter. This is about selling jerseys and shorts and all that crap. I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine somebody going into the team store and grabbing a Royale doll, unless it's like as a on a bet, like a joke. Like I'll tell you this, like I would buy one because I'd want to just put it right here and have it stare into the camera. I think that'd be a fun bit.
It looks like it would be a good. What did Chris talk about earlier? The wrestle buddy.
Yes, a basketball buddy.
Yeah.
Basketball buddy.
But I honestly, I would pay I know this wouldn't be the price point, but if it was $100, give me one of them life size.
And what are you doing with that? Scaring people at your house?
Oh, absolutely. Scaring the dogs. Gus will
Keep
pee on
window,
it.
So it looks like there's someone always home.
Put it in the window.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking into a place where, but I will say this. If there was and this is not a bad idea, if somebody got together and made a horror movie about like mascots coming to life, Royale would 100% be a part of it. Like, imagine Royale in a horror movie just coming after you with a machete.
Yeah.
Like, throw back this, kid. Wee.
I'm gone.
So I don't know. I'm not going to make a big old stink out of this. Ultimately, the grade will come from the sales of it and
from the people.
Then the people, exactly. But I'm here for the first time Royale goes over to a family of 4 to like take something out of their popcorn bucket or something, and the kid just loses it. Mommy. Yeah. Does the kid version of the puke guy, but it ain't puke. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jason, we got a big college football game locally this weekend. Also, it's fight week as well. The greatest one of this says a lot. Certainly a top 10, possibly a top 5 greatest, strangest, weirdest interview from Mike Tyson ever. And this is a guy who said, I will eat his children.
Spinal.
Yes, I will send him to Bolivian. And we've got one there. We got a contest, kids. We'll get to that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Black Friday savings on now on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates, every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy.
Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leases, and other offers. Ends 12/1/24. Source internet search 11/2/24.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. SubcontractorsUnited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Fair question from the text line at 916-339-1140. Why not a female mascot for Slamson? Why not have a storyline? What about so that'd be what, Slam daughter? Slam son. Nope. Okay. And maybe there's a marriage between Slamson and Slamsonette, which sounds like a suitcase. Maybe they have little Slamsonians like Dunkson. They why not run a whole storyline? There's a wedding at halftime. There you go. Everybody there. Please attend for the Clippers Kings in December. Here's Slamson and Slamsonette getting married at halftime. It's a whole thing. Everybody gets a little program and all that.
Sure.
Since you're playing the Clippers, at some point James Harden draws a foul during the wedding. Then they, a Slamson and Slamsonette would like to welcome their first baby, Slamson Jr. Royale. Dunkson and Royale. They're two kids, and you just through the years, then eventually those kids grow up into bigger mascots, and then they have grandkids. Why not do that? Why not say it like that?
I don't know. Did you float that idea?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
That's what they pay me for. Yeah. Royale seems like the kind of guy who tries to have a full-on conversation with you at the urinal.
That would be creepy. Royale in the urinal.
UC Davis, Montana State. Full disclosure, Jason Ross, and I'm not ashamed of this. I'm just 100% a bandwagoner. I am. I'm a homer. I'm a bandwagoner. A couple of years ago, Sac State was going strong, and I was all over it. Let's go, Stingers up. This year, it's UC Davis's turn. Plus, having Tim Plow on every week doesn't hurt at all. You can't not root for him. They're taking on Montana State. This is what, like number 2 versus number 4, I think, at UC Davis. Maybe the biggest game in the history of the franchise. Probably not. My question to you isn't just what would a title mean to the region, but also kind of compounding that. does the fact that the playoffs exist take any of the luster off this game? And I mean that in classic college football, whoever loses this game's not winning a national championship, because almost certainly, because there's plenty of people above. In this case, you could lose this game.
Yeah.
And almost certainly both these teams are going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're both in. 100% they're
Yes.
both in. And so, yeah, the loser's not in any kind of trouble. And the loser could still win the national championship, to your point. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's this weekend. We've got for you coming up in about a half an hour, family 4-pack of tickets to go see UC Davis. And by the way, we're going to give you our station parking pass.
Nice.
Finally, Stipe Miocic and Jake Paul happening tonight, live on Netflix. Nope. Mixed up, not just the fight, but the time in the network. Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson tonight. Stipe Miocic is fighting John Jones tomorrow. Mike Tyson is in full form.
Mm-hmm.
He was interviewed yesterday by a young lady, I don't know, 12, I'm guessing, somewhere in the neighborhood of 12. Take a listen to Iron Mike and what he said.
Well, in your return to the ring for this fight, you are setting a monumental opportunity for kids my age to see the legend Mike Tyson in the ring for the first time. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Man, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about a legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody, you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the f*** cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, or grandkids.
True.
She's 12, Mike.
I guess I never really thought of it that way.
Hey, by the way, props to her. Going toe to toe with Iron Mike Tyson in full fight form, and she's even got follow-up thoughts. I'd have been like, okay, thanks, Mike.
Gotta go.
I guess I never really thought of it that way.
He is unique. Mm-hmm. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, Brendan Nunez, Sacramento Kings Sports Insider. We'll talk to him about tonight's match, game, and so much more next.
The quest for ring number 6 happens here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Bob Ball, George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
Listen on Sacktown Sports for all the 49ers action.
Jennings went up and took it away. What a catch by JK. He scored 3 touchdowns today.
Quest for 6 lives here on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BODY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 42424. That's BODY to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Out the door this Friday morning to a chilly start. Make sure you're layered up. As we head through the afternoon, expecting to have sun and clouds mixing in. Today's a dry day, but it's going to stay cool with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
My buddy's a high roller. He goes, dude, I'm a high roller, man.
David Spade live. Catch me inside tour.
Oh, dude, they fly me out there. Comp. That $89 flight on Southwest, they cover that? You know it. How about limo to and fro the airport with a sunroof? How much you down? He goes, about 90 grand.
David Spade, Friday, November 22nd, on stage at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss David Spade Live.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Text line says if we change the mascot to a wife for Slamson, it'd be Slamantha.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
Slamantha. Okay,
Slamantha. Yeah. Someone submitted Roy L. Jenkins, and to four of us, that is absolutely hilarious. Leroy. You don't know the history of Leroy Jenkins, I'm assuming, do you?
I don't think so.
Leroy Jenkins. We'll have to do that one sometime. Joining us right now.
I think it needs to be edited, though.
I think it definitely needs to be edited. I just want some chicken. Joining us right now, Sacktown Sports Kings insider, the one, the only, Brendan Nunez. Good morning, Brendan.
Morning, fellas. I gotta say, I didn't expect a Leroy Jenkins out of you, Dave.
You know Leroy Jenkins, right?
I do.
Yeah, Leroy. That's a gamer thing, everybody. It's
yeah.
It's all right. Brendan, Is the Kings offense better without DeMar DeRozan as shown in the last game in the second half? Your thoughts?
Yeah, the only logical conclusion really is that DeMar DeRozan is just harming everything when he's out there. No, I mean, it helps when you make your threes, obviously. I think Keegan Murray was a big part of that. And I think that's something that's going to be needed again tonight, by the way. Minnesota doesn't give up very many threes. So I think that you could fall into the mid-range a little bit, which obviously the Kings are good at. And DeMar not being there is a big part of that, but De'Aaron's good at it. And that's kind of what they force you into a little bit with Gobert there. But I think it's going to be a big night where you need guys like Keegan to knock their shots down. Kevin Huerter did that in that second half against the Suns as well. You know, big minutes from Jordan McLaughlin, Trey Lyles came back alive, it felt like. And hopefully that trend continues because he just really wasn't himself to start this season after missing preseason and training camp with a groin injury. So it's really, I think, kind of as simple as the shots going down from the perimeter as a result of getting good paint touches on offense and what they like to call spray threes, which are what they're really trying to get every possession.
You know, Brendan, it was interesting, these games that they've shot so poorly, the Clipper game specifically, maybe the Spurs game, there's a couple of them where when the end of the game, you know, the numbers were just bleak for the Kings, and Mike Brown would quickly say, I think we needed to take 10 to 15 more. And here's this last game where they actually made a really good percentage and didn't shoot as many as I think they normally would want. I found it ironic that the coach wanted more shots when they were shooting so poorly. So all that being said, how sustainable do you think, or what did they do specifically in that game? You talked about the paint touches. Can that kind of relate and keep going forward? Was this or a one-game aberration for these guys?
Yeah, I still think we're at the point where they want them to be taking more threes, probably around that 35 mark. There's only one team taking less threes than the Kings so far throughout the course of this season. And, you know, I think that's partially what your shot profile is going to look like when you have DeMar DeRozan on your team. He's taken a handful more mid-range shots than anybody else in the league, and that's what he does. That's his game. De'Aaron's good at it. Malik's good at it. But I think part of that is being able to create that is you can break down your guy off the dribble, and then from there, obviously collapse the defense and just make the simple pass, I think is kind of the key here, not trying to, you know, being okay with a hockey assist, essentially, and maintaining that ball and player movement after that initial breakdown that one of those key guys is usually able to create. So, you know, they still got to go down when it eventually gets swung to the right shooters, but so much of it is those three main guys, which obviously only one of them available tonight in De'Aaron. Well, DeMar currently doubtful. We'll see what that ends up looking like after shoot around here around 11. But I do think it is a lot of, specifically if it's only Fox, he's got to get down there and be able to break down the defense, make the simple swing to the next guy as the defense starts to rotate and keep them in rotation from there.
DeMar DeRozan is leading the NBA in field goals attempted from 10 to 14 feet. He's shooting exactly 50%, and he's taking 0.7 more than the second-place person, Kevin Durant, who is 1.1 shots per game ahead of third place, just to give you an idea of how far ahead those two are. 15 to 19 feet. DeMar DeRozan is also leading the NBA in, I should say, shots made by 0.2 over Brandon Ingram as well, who's third in the end. Point being, he's the king of the midi. And I guess, Brendan, maybe it's not DeMar DeRozan allowed the team to excel in the second half because the offense freed up. Maybe it's more of DeMar's going to need to lean a little more into that style of offense, but also that style of offense is going to have to get used to DeMar DeRozan. I imagine that's a learning curve.
I think that's very much the case. I mean, I think it was a concern a lot of people had with Keegan after they first signed DeMar is, where is there still going to be room for him to kind of grow and expand his game? And I actually think we've seen him be aggressive pretty much all year long. I don't know that they've necessarily always gone in. I think that Phoenix game was a step in the right direction for that. But it seems like it has changed the role for some of these other guys. You know, Kevin Huerter getting less touches, Trey Lyles, you know, having a little less time to be able to work through things. And it almost seems like it's a little bit easier to play the back seat now that there's another star out there. So part of me wonders and was debating in that last game if it almost gave the remaining guys out there a sense of, okay, like now we have to get these shots up. We really have no other choice currently. And I think that they will eventually get to that point with even DeRozan on the floor. But I do think it is typical learning curve, adjusting to bringing in a future Hall of Famer. And while Randall's not a Hall of Famer, it feels like Minnesota is a team that's dealing with very similar stuff, trying to figure out what their identity is after making a change to one of their key rotational guys. So in a similar spot. And by the way, prepping for tonight's game, a lot of stuff reminiscent to early last season for the Kings as well. They just lost back-to-back games on the road against the Portland Trailblazers. They're coming off 3 straight losses, and Anthony Edwards after last game is talking about how they played down to their opponents, but he's not worried going into Sacramento because it's a big game, so he thinks they'll play up. And I don't know about you guys, it sounds a little familiar.
Definitely does. Brendan, about the 2 areas I think this far into the season that have been the most glaring. We touched a little bit on the shooting that's just missed. I mean, they just have not literally been making those shots. And then number 2, the bench. They both were better last game. Of those 2, which do you trust the most to be fixed as the season goes along?
The former was 3-point shooting, you said, right?
Yeah, 3-point shooting and bench play.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the 3-point shooting. I have long-term concerns about the bench. You know, like I think Jordan McLaughlin is a good player, but I think that he's where you start to really see the log jam of guards. And it's like, all right, well, how do you fit all of these guys out there? We're already seeing lineups with Keon Ellis at the 3, or if you want to call Malik Monk the 3, really I don't think really care who you want to call 1 to 4 throughout most of the time. It's just about being able to match up. And so I think depth-wise, I have long-term concerns, but, you know, Keegan Murray is not going to shoot below 30% all year long. De'Aaron Fox, I have more questions about, partially just because of that hand issue, fingers that he's got going on his shooting hand. But Kevin Huerter's a better 3-point shooter than we've seen. Trey Lyles finally started to knock him down. And like at practice yesterday, Kevin Huerter talked about how you could see his confidence come back and how beginning of the year, it wasn't even really him. And so I think there's a couple instances of those where they're going to start to come back around. Volume-wise, I think we will continue to see probably closer to the shot profile-wise that we see now compared to last year, but a healthy balance somewhere in the middle. Like I said, I think they want to go for around those 35 threes a game and get back towards that number. But they have shooters, and sometimes they're going to slump. But I think that's currently really mostly what it is, outside of some of the paint touches being crucial and the looks that they're creating. But for the most part, decent looks, and I think they're going to start to go down more in the future.
Brendan Nunez with us. Yeah, I'm sticking on this offense thing because I do think it's fascinating. And just while you were answering Jason's question, I was crunching some numbers on the fly here. Last year, Keegan Murray averaged 12.7 attempts per game. That's now 11.8. That's down just about 1. Sabonis went from 13 last year to 11.8 this year, just over 1 less attempt a game. Fox, 20.9 down to 18.7. That's almost exactly 2. So we're up to about 4 now collectively. And then I just threw Malik Monk in there, 12.4 to 10.4. I left Huerter out because of the inconsistency. So we're in the neighborhood of around 6-ish. Last year, Harrison Barnes averaged 8.9 shot attempts per game. DeMar DeRozan this year for the Kings is averaging 16.2 shots per game. So that's 7.3 more than Barnes did last year. By the way, DeMar's actually down 1 full shot from 17.2 attempts last year with the previous squad. So, I shouldn't say obviously, but mathematics would tend to lean towards, okay, it's basically the same attempts. It's the same. You're still getting similar looks, but about 8 more shots a game are coming out of the ether and into DeMar DeRozan. And of those, I haven't even looked at the 3-point comparison, but I guarantee you DeMar's taking less threes than Harrison Barnes was. So you're adjusting a decent chunk of that starting offense to the middies. And also other guys are kind of giving up a little, but not as much as I might have thought, Brendan, to facilitate DeMar and his offense.
Yeah, I think that DeMar also does a really good job creating for his teammates. You know, the gravity that he has, obviously, and similarly to kind of when they first signed Malik Monk. I don't know if you guys had a similar experience. It's like I've heard that this guy was a good passer, but the more you get to see it, and every once in a while he does one where I'm like, God, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that he's a great playmaker and sets up his teammates in a pretty well way. I mean, if they're getting 25 catch and shoot threes a game. They're only going down at 33% right now, though. And I think obviously that's the looks that you're trying to get and want to. Even a little over 17.5 of them are considered wide open threes. They're actually making 38% of those as the defense starts to get a little bit closer. And I do wonder if, packing the paint a little bit is kind of, I don't know if simplifying the other team's defensive plans is the right way to say it, because DeMar is certainly not a simple player to game plan for, but it does feel more black and white, and it almost feels like what the Kings are going to do most possessions. And to their credit, it's effective, specifically from inside the arc. Again, I do think it's just kind of being more in the flow, the ball movement, specifically in the half court, like how many more possessions feel like not straight up isolations, but they kind of end up being it after their little bit of action. And again, they have the guys to do it. But I think it's about getting back to the point where there is that ball and player movement. Again, a balance between what we've seen beginning of this year and for most of last. But I do think they need to get a little bit closer to where they were last season. And playing with pace is a big part of doing that. Minnesota's had 20 plus turnovers in 3 of their last 4 games. Kings are a pretty aggressive team when it comes to turning guys over. And if you're able to get out in transition, especially without DeMar here, and I would imagine you're going to lean into De'Aaron. Well, DeMar's status kind of TBD, but doubtful makes me obviously lean towards him probably not being out there. But you can get Minnesota to turn the ball over. I think that really simplifies things for tonight.
You want some more DeMar DeRozan effect as we wrap up. Last year, the Kings took 90.9 shots per game, making 43.3 of them. This year, they're taking 88.1 shots per game. They're making 43.3 of them. But here's where it's kind of interesting. Last year, they averaged 39.3 three-point attempts per game. This year, they're averaging 33.6 three-point attempts per game. That is an almost 6-3 a game fall off. That's all going into the midi. And I think that's just part of DeMar, the DeMar effect on this offense. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. So we'll get more into this and more into the Kings next week with Brendan as well. Big week for Sacramento. Big game tonight. NBA Cup. This time it's for real. We're all stoked. Have fun and say hi to Royale out there, Brendan.
I might try to avoid him. I'm not going to lie. Maybe one of my little siblings will do something that I decide they need punishment for, and I can try to scare the crap out of them with Royale. My little siblings that guy is horrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me.
He's getting dragged.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is not. I can't wait for the movie. He's going to be it's going to be 6 nights at Freddy's with Royale. Yeah. Thanks, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Have fun tonight.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. We'll take a break. Just a 1-minute break. When we return, Kings, Timberwolves tonight, Golden One Center. We also have UC Davis tickets. Huge matchup this weekend against Montana State. We'll get to all that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Verlod. Glass half closed. Chris Verlod. Yes. You know, there's issues that are going on in the world, and you know, I present a perfectly viable solution.
You're an idea man. You're a fixer.
I am an idea man. I am a fixer. I had that conversation with my daughter last night. I do it all the time. Don't vent to me.
Yeah.
I'm not the vent. That's your mother. Vent to her. If you have a problem and you want to come up with solution and action items and let's go, let's do that.
You're like Vanilla Ice.
I am.
If you have a problem,
I'll solve it.
Yeah. Check out the hook.
Well, my DJ revolves it. Yes.
Set the screen.
100%. Because she and Melissa will go back. And it's just, it's like a tennis match. And I'm just
saying, sound like turkeys.
That's what it sounds like to me. It's like if Charlie Brown's parents and a turkey had a baby. That's what it sounds like in my house half the time. Well, Mason and I are looking at each other thinking of ways to harm ourselves, and they're going back. That's
set the screen.
I'm telling you. And it's like Jeopardy's on. Guys, can we?
I'll answer in the form of a question.
We actually had an activity that we did over during the week because there was just too much arguing going on. And the whole point was if somebody says something that's objectionable or that you feel like you want to argue back, this is for my daughter, say, that's cool. So all week long, you know, my daughter will throw these little, you know, ninja stars out that are just there for an argument. She'll be like, what was one she did earlier this week? It would be like, you know, the idea of organization is really a construct, and honestly, disorganization, some of the smartest people ever are like that, and maybe you're wrong about all of that, Dad. And I go, that's cool.
That sounds pretty.
No, it's stupid. It's anecdotal is what it is, and it's nothing to do with how I'm training this kid.
I mean, they have done studies.
Shut up, Chris.
That's
cool. If we employed the "that's cool" method with Chris Verlod, I think it might break him actually at some point. Like
that'd
next
be the
time,
name of the show,
right? Like next, like the mascot comes out and everyone's dragging the mascot, and Chris is like, you know, guys, actually, it's a pretty accurate rendition, and you know, it's not that bad. And I know what you're talking about. And if everybody was just like, hey, that's cool, and then moved on. Anyway. I don't know why I got started with that, Jason. How did that start?
Because something was in your brain and you had to get it out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Set the screen.
Right, exactly. Julius Randle, who many Kings fans felt was not good enough to play for Sacramento, had quite the game against Sacramento to start the season.
Yeah, because remember, they opened up with the Lakers first. So their second game was here. It was the Kings' first game, and Randle looked terrible against the Lakers. Then he came here, and he found it.
He freaking found it, and then some, as he was fantastic.
He was carrying them, and then Edwards joined him.
33 points on 13 of 17 shooting.
Woo!
5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Anthony Edwards had 32 on 10 of 24, and he was 5 of 15. Julius Randle was, in fact, the MVP of that game for the Timberwolves. Also, Naz Reid, 19 points, 13 boards, 3 assists off the bench in just 27 minutes. The Kings were able to get a lot of their own. You had some double-doubles there with De'Aaron Fox, 15 and 11. Keegan Murray, 23 and 11. Funny enough, The one guy who didn't get a double-double, Domantas Sabonis, 24 and 8. He had 1 assist, which he did not do at all last season. In fact, his season low for assists was against the Knicks with 2. And right off the bat, first game of the season, 1 assist. Jason, other than Malik Monk being out, who had 17 and 4 in 26 minutes, is this a different Kings team in your opinion that's facing the? Let me retract. If anything, which is the more different team 9 to 10 games down the road, the Timberwolves or the Kings tonight?
Well, tonight specifically, it would be the Kings if, in fact, Monk is out. If, in fact, DeRozan's out. I mean, that's a pretty big difference from the first matchup. But I think the Kings right now, I would say, have established themselves as a solid defensive team, which is good. And the Timberwolves have been one of the better defensive teams. When I watched Minnesota the first time, I thought, man, if they don't get production from Julius Randle, I can see they can be offensively flawed. But they got production from Julius Randle. Right. So now if Randle and Edwards are good, that's the best version of the T-Wolves because they're a good defensive team. And then you sprinkle in whatever Conley and Gobert and then DiVincenzo and some of the other guys give you. But there's a lot of pressure put on those two, Edwards and Randle, to score every night. And I think most times they will. But if either of those two have a tough night, I think it's much more difficult for them to win this year without Towns.
So maybe I'm wrong for thinking this. Maybe I'm making this way too simplistic, and I probably am. But isn't the base answer there? Okay, you have statistically, at least a couple games ago, the best one-on-one defender in the league in De'Aaron Fox. Throw him on Anthony Edwards. And arguably the best, if not second best overall defender on your team, who is also 6'9", like Julius Randle, is Keegan Murray. Murray on him, Fox on Anthony Edwards, and let's go to the races.
I would think that's a really good idea. I think the first time what they did was they put DeRozan on Randle.
Yeah, that worked.
And I think it's because of, if you're picking your options, but Keegan ended up guarding him too. I don't want to say he didn't. So I'm sure it's going to be Keegan tonight.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Just don't overthink it.
Yeah, and I think what they did the other night, like they did such a good job on Booker. And so other people, like Okogie looked amazing. Well, you're going to try to – I would rather have Okogie look amazing and limit Booker. So if you could have one of those guys limited, and then if it's McDaniels or Nickeil Alexander, someone else, Conley.
Make them beat you.
If they do, they do. They were the better team that night.
In your opinion, can you employ the same blitz tactics they used against Booker, against Randle and or Edwards?
I think so. Probably better on Edwards in a sense. I think Randle's a pretty good passer too.
He is. We'll take a break. I hate it. When we come back, 4-down territory, lock of the week, upset of the week, NFL and college games where you want to be. Don't forget Greg Papa joining us at 9. We're back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Out the door this Friday morning to a chilly start. Make sure you're layered up. As we head through the afternoon, expecting to have sun and clouds mixing in. Today's a dry day, but it's going to stay cool with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy the height of hospitality, whether you're craving an upscale steakhouse, authentic Chinese hot pot and dim sum, or having a refreshing beverage while watching the game. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting sacktownsports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
I think, what grade is young David, your guest today, Christopher?
Fifth.
What? Fifth? He may not make it to sixth grade.
Oh.
He
has become besties with Tom Maley.
He may be joining. It may be Pat, Tom, Cody, and David.
Yeah.
He's down there right now cutting spots and different bits.
Used to like that guy.
Yeah.
David Stevenson White.
He used to, he's going to be humming Tim McGraw when he gets home.
What have you done to my son?
What if you get him in the car and he goes, "Hey, Chris," and you go, "What?" And he goes, "I'm getting drunk on a plane."
You're going to have to get out, bud.
Are you letting him out? All right. Well, he's not here for that. By the way, it goes to show you, Chris brings in a relative. Our show sucks so hard. He's over there at Pat Tom.
Like, I'm out of here.
I was just telling the story the other day when I said that I offered the show for an auction item at a friend's kid's school, and you're upset about that. And I'm like, oh, they didn't want it. And then you're more upset about that.
It's not funny, actually, when you think about it. It's kind of sad. All right, well, let's do our lame little bit here. 4 Down Territory starts right. Mew. Christopher Live. Question 1.
First down.
That too.
What is your lock of the week in the NFL?
I'm not going to overthink it here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me the Lions over the Jags. Lions are
14
favorite.
points.
Just a 14-point lead. Line 8-1 Lions, 2-8 Jags. Apologies to the Vikings.
I'm sorry. I have to bring this, and I'm just throwing this out there, but the Lions reminded me. Someone said that if there was going to be a wife for Slamson, it should be Dunk Lila, like Samson and Delilah.
Delilah. Oh, Dunk Slamson and Dunk Lila.
Correct.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
The previous choice was Slamantha. I like Dunk Lila.
There, Dunk Lila.
Hey there, Dunk Lila. You are playing with Slamson. You are dunking.
Could it just be Delilah?
Delilah? Duh. Lila. Yeah, but then, you don't like the dunk. It doesn't come, the K and the L don't come off great. Dunk Lila.
Royale.
Well, we had famous NKs in the world. Dunkirk. Dunk Lila. Bonkers.
Duncan's Choices from Home Alone 2.
That. Link.
Junk.
Trunk.
Funk.
Spunk.
Skunk.
Monk. Monk Lila. Nope. Or here. Your lock of the week, Jason Ross.
I was thinking more in case.
Lock of the week.
I have overthought this. You didn't overthink it? I have.
You have. Okay.
This team has been getting dunked on, skunked on, funked on.
Funked on. Don't fake it.
The Jets. Everybody's kind of now probably done with them.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they're very good, but they are.
You hate them.
Favored by 4. And you know what? They're going to respond this week. Jets. Lock it up. Lunk it up.
Jets.
Yeah.
Locked it up. Okay. Second,
What is your upset of the week in the NFL?
Upset. Okay. Upset.
What's next? Give me the Bengals. Minor upset. Bengals versus the Chargers.
Give me the Bengals.
You got it too?
It's written down right here.
Oh, wow.
That means it's not happening.
That means the Chargers are beating them by 40.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Third down then.
Which NFL game would you most like to attend this week?
Well, I've picked this place many times anyways. It's probably my most popular choice, not New Orleans. And once again, I'm not going to overthink it. I want to see people diving off of the tops of vans onto banquet tables. I want to see questionable items thrown on the field. I want to see it all. Give me Beefalo, home of the house you can buy for the price of a VCR versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think that's the game. I'm going to just pick another one to have another kind of same storyline. Well, these two teams hate each other. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh. They're going to go nuts. Let's get a rally towel, a terrible towel.
Yes.
Let's get in Pittsburgh and let's go. Let's have a time.
Rally towel.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's a big matchup.
It's a big match.
Fourth down.
Which college game would you most like to attend this week?
Jason, I want to switch it up. Would you mind going first?
I don't mind going first. I'm looking over. I'm perusing the schedule.
Because I might have overthought this one. We'll see.
Well, I mean, there is one heck of a game in our community with Montana State and UC Davis. Or you could drive down the coast and check out Cal Poly and Sac State, Singers Up.
Singers Up.
But if I'm going the big picture, I'm going to go to Georgia.
Yeah.
And Tennessee, Georgia. There's something about the SEC. Got to check it out. That's the one.
My first
Between
thought,
the hedges.
Number 7, number 12, Georgia in Athens. Georgia is a 9.5-point favorite over a team that's ranked 5 spots ahead of them. This is an SEC matchup for sure. That was, to me, the not overthinking it answer.
But
you stole a little bit of my thunder, but I knew
Cal
you
Poly,
might.
Sac State.
I knew you might. That's why I asked you to go first. With apologies to the upstinger and the beautiful campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
You're going across the causeway?
I'm going to Aggie Stadium, or what is it, UC Sutter Health Park field thing? Yeah, Aggie Stadium. I'm going to Shredville.
You going to grow out your stash?
I'm growing out the stash. I'm putting on my gear.
Wearing the helmet? There's no chance that fits.
No chance it fits. I've tried before. Give me the UC Davis Aggies, number 4, hosting number 2 Montana State. This time, it is so for real. I want to see Land Larison rushing all over the place, catching all over the place. I want to see
What's
Bill,
he doing? He's catching all over the place.
I want to see Bill Hastings, Tom Hastings.
No, let's see how we get you there.
I want to see Rob Hastings.
Some people can do a 6-minute this.
Miles Hastings.
Yes.
That's well done, Jason. Circle gets the square. Give me Miles Hastings. I knew that. I was just testing
I know you did.
And the UC Davis Aggies. And you know what? Whereas I can't be there, you and 3 of your friends can at 1-800-920-1140. UC Davis football is back in action tomorrow. Giving away our morning show tickets. A lot of people don't know this. We actually have morning show season tickets.
We do. Morning show season tickets. And the best part, we also have a little add-on.
Oh, we've got a parking pass. Good for you and your whole car.
Yeah. Bring your car.
1-800-920-1140. We're going to take caller number.
Let's go with 2 because that's what the Bobcats are ranked.
Caller number D at 1-800-920-1140. For more information, visit Sacktown Sports. We'll take a break.
Oh, yeah.
From the 916, Dave, personal question. As your kids are getting older, are you worried about an empty nest? Or are you ready to see them fly away? That's a very easy question. I can answer in the limited time we have left. I am petrified of them leaving. I am terrified. I wake up in sweats, thinking not like sweatpants, but like actual sweat. I do not believe they're ready, and I'm sure I'm wrong. I am absolutely terrified. It haunts my entire existence.
Let Chris and I be your nest.
Not to mention,
I call top bunk.
Not to mention that it's going to be like Mason's going to be like an only child next year for 2 years.
That's fine. I didn't even know she was gone.
I asked Mason, I said, if I was the god of colleges and you could go to, because I said, what university do you want to go to? And he goes, no.
The cheapest.
It's in 2 years. What? Right. And I go, okay, but if like College Jesus came down right now, see, I do this stuff at home too. I do these bits with my kids. College Jesus came to you and said, you can go to any university in the world, but you have to commit today and you have to follow through. Where would you go? Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, Cornell, UCLA, USC. Where would you go, buddy? And he thought about it for a second. And he goes, I'd probably go to Sierra. And I go, Sierra College? I mean, no offense, but what? Wait, you can go to Harvard. You're going to go to Sierra? He goes, yeah, a lot of my friends will be there. And it's close to home, and I don't have to worry about cooking. And then the
nest is still full.
We were on the way to his practice too, and we were on 65, Highway 65. The amount of times he bounced when I booted him out of the passenger seat, it was crazy. It was like 4, and he just kept spinning down the road.
Did he end up on his feet, though?
He did, like a kitty.
He's fine.
Literally said that. Because
he loves your cooking.
He does. He wants to stay at home and eat. What would you eat if you lived on your own? I'd probably just have Uncrustables and cheeseburgers. He's a simple kid, dude.
Pretty awesome.
And you know what he'd do? The cheeseburgers he get, they'd be the ones that come in like the pack where you just peel the paper off and throw the little pre-made frozen patty down.
At least put some spice on it.
No, because we got a break. I was told this by my wife last night. I didn't know this. So we have a pack of everything bagels because I like lox and bagels when I come home sometimes.
Set the screen.
Apparently my son for breakfast is now eating, instead of cereal, while there's a bagel there, he eats a toasted bagel every morning for breakfast before he goes to work or school. Yeah. A toasted bagel. That's it. Jason, just the bagel. No butter. No cream cheese. He toasts a bagel and then eats the bagel. He raw dogs a bagel.
I like the warmth.
I don't need any of this other stuff. It's messy.
Costs too much.
When we come back, who's hot, who's not? 3 in the key. Kings, Timberwolves, Kings, Jazz. We got a lot to do here. We'll do it next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, we're basically here, holiday time, and we know the holidays can be tough for some. And don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season. That's why you need to know about an expungement. That can help. That can help you get a job. It can help you get your constitutional rights back with that expungement. Maybe something from your past is still following you, and it's making your life more difficult going forward. Well, why don't you give a call to the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez? He takes care of expungements, and right now offering discounts through the Christmas season. So you can go to 916 or call 916-304-9187. Go to saclegaldefense.com to find out more about that, what they can do, how they can help bounce you back and get you going in the right way. Also, though, if you need representation for an auto accident, for a wrongful termination case, sexual harassment, whatever it might be, Jonathan Gonzalez, right in downtown Sacramento. He's local. He's here to help and has had a great success rate over many, many years. So, again, go to saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
It's time for the Sacktown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wits at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. Then kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to sacktownsports.com.
Oh, hey, just a real live talking buck here. Hitting the road to tell people about the Big O Save a Buck sales event. Ha they get it. Honk if you love saving bucks. Because right now you can buy 3, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Nexen, Nitto, National, or Sumitomo brand tires with installation purchase. Let's go. Yeah, let's go to the Save a Buck sales event now at Big O Tires. Woo! The team you trust. Offer valid now through December 8th. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Power Days?
We are finishing the year strong by stocking up on new heavy-duty Ram trucks with over 300 available. And with savings up to $17,000 off MSRP, your perfect Ram truck is waiting at Hoblet.
That's some pretty big savings on those hard-to-find heavy duties.
Yep, and you won't find better deals on more Ram trucks than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. There's a reason we continue to be one of the biggest Ram dealers in the country, with numerous customer service awards, including the very prestigious Walter P. Chrysler Award, which means we are in the top 1% of dealers in the nation. Once you buy from Hoblet, you won't buy anywhere else.
Don't miss the savings at Hoblet. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 tradesmans after 10,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 3,000 Hoblet select inventory coupons, 500 on-the-job upfit incentive with proof of business ownership, and 2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade-ins. 5 of this net savings, see dealer for details. Sample VIN 238277.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh.
Last night in the Eagles' 26-18 win over the Commanders, Barkley became the first player in NFL history to have 2 20 or more yard rushing touchdowns in the span of just 20 seconds or less in the fourth quarter of a game.
What? 20 seconds.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. Pretty good.
Quick work.
Pretty good.
Who else is hot, you asked? Not really. Whoever grabs the Paul Skeens 1-of-1 rookie debut patch autograph from Topps, it is going to be in one lucky pack of 2024 Topps Chrome updates releasing 2 days ago. Somebody may already have it and they just don't even know it yet. What is interesting is, you know who else wants that card? The Pittsburgh Pirates. To the lucky person who finds this card, we'd love to bring it home to PNC Park to share with all Buccos fans. Here's our offer. Unique experiences at Pirate City and Lecom Park.
Not doing it.
Take batting practice, warm-ups with the team.
Intrigued.
2 Paul Skeens autographed jerseys.
Okay.
Meet and greet with Paul Skeens.
Okay.
Private tour of Pirate City and the park. That's all spring training like no other. That's spring training. A softball game for 30 at PNC Park with coaching from Pirates alumni. And 2 tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years.
I'm going to get some packs of cards.
That really only works if you live in Pittsburgh, though.
No.
StubHub.
Yeah. Selling.
Jason, I'm looking here. I hope I don't have it wrong, but I just Googled it. A box of 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball Breaker Delights.
Wait, before you say it, I have no idea. I'm just going to guess.
You get product highlights, 2 Chrome autographs per box, 1 Youthquake insert per box. Don't know what that is. 6 base card refractors. Other refractors, exclusive Chrome Legend autographs in there, perhaps as well.
Okay.
It is a 300 card, or you can build the 300 card base set. Anyways, 2024 Topps Chrome Baseball Breaker Delight Box, selling currently for.
I don't know.
I thought you had a guess.
I just wrote it down. I don't want to give it up.
You don't want to give it up? You don't want to let it down?
Yeah.
$539.95.
Wait, what was it?
$539.95.
I had one of the numbers.
This seems like a cash grab.
Was it the 5?
No.
The 3? The 9? $90?
I put the 9 as the second number of my 2-digit.
$59.95.
I wrote 49. And then I go, probably 69.
Nope.
I was close.
A little bit. It's like Christmas is coming up. My son loves to collect cards. I got him some money.
That's too much.
He would kill me.
Now I'm going to have just half a bagel.
Just
toast. Just
can't afford the butter, Dad.
I'll put it by the heater.
Just FYI. Used to wash my parents' cars, mow some lawns.
Hobby for kids.
Get $20-$30 together, whatever it was. Walk down to, I think it was called Hawaiian Baseball Cards on California and Fair Oaks Boulevard in Carmichael, right across from the tire place.
You got that much money at that time?
Well, I know.
Washing cars?
No, I would get like $250 a car inside and out. I actually once did my own car wash at the Burger King on Engle. I did. I brought the hose. I brought a bucket, some soap and all that, and people going to eat their food, and I would wash cars on the outside. I made $12 in like 6 hours. I was rich.
You did a nice job.
Save up.
You had that many people that came by to get to car wash.
Well, and plus I was a little kid, so they all.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
no. It's like I would stop at a lemonade stand.
Although one guy did admonish me because he looked at the roof and like the middle of the roof wasn't washed, but I was like, I can't reach it. And he's like, well, then you shouldn't charge all the money, and I was like, It's $250, you bastard.
Yeah, tough love.
Anyways, and then I go to the car place. You get one of them boxes of Topps, the blue packs with the gum from 1830. Chew it all while you open a pack, chew. By the end, you look like Goose Gossage.
Totally worth it.
Won $539. Can we have a card company come out that's cool? Like, can Topps do like a card set for regular
Retro
people.
prices.
Yeah, where it's not like two BO smelling 35-year-old mustache guys on online doing a YouTube poll with their $1,000 boxes of cards. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. But my God, can we get some accessibility so it's not like
right?
Can we make it illegal for anyone above 21 to buy any form of sports card? Okay, maybe not, but unless it's for your kid. Okay, maybe not. But I'm just saying, can we bring back the accessibility?
That was fun.
Gotta talk to our guy Imran.
Yeah,
I bet you he'll know.
He'll know. I'm sure his store has these packs.
They take
these
care
boxes.
of people. They're one of the people. They want it to be accessible.
Yeah.
They make it accessible for everybody. I need to know how to do that. I want that Paul Ski. I want them season tickets, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Who
to Pittsburgh?
No, who's not? No chance.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh yeah.
Brutal losses.
Yeah.
The Mavs lost 115 to 113 last night against the Jazz. In clutch games this season, that's a game where the score is within 5 points in the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter or overtime, as you all know. Mavericks are 1-6.
What?
Yeah, their last 4 have all been basically right down to the buzzer, and they lost them all.
Yeah, but if you saw the clip of Luka's defense that's getting dragged right now, if you
want to call it defense,
if you looked and saw what happened, he fell asleep or something. I don't know. He got distracted by somebody in the crowd.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Is that a sandwich?
All right, let's go. 3 in the key. Number 1, number 2. Thank you. Hey, let's pick 2 games. Let's start tonight with the Timberwolves. Jason.
All right, who will have the last Kings basket tonight? A final basket.
De'Aaron Fox.
I have De'Aaron Fox as well. Chris?
Keegan
Murray.
Okay. Kings made their threes last game. How many will they make today?
12. Sorry.
I have 12.
Oh, then not sorry.
15.
Okay. And then random stat. There's no way we're having the same one here.
There will be like a kiss cam, but not a kiss cam. It'll be like a Royale cam, and a child will cry out in terror. And I'm going to need to rely on you guys to.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. We will have a situation. So I think we're going to have like a double tech something. Just something that we'll all go. That's a situation. Okay. Question from the back.
Yes. Does it count? What if like there's a power outage for 3 minutes? Is that a situation? Or are we very specifically
I'm putting double tech attached to it?
Okay. Will one of the techs be on Royale?
I'm really hoping so.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's a double tech Royale and Slam.
Double tech Royale with cheese.
Kings will have a 10-point comeback. 10 or more point comeback.
To win.
All right.
I hope Royale is one of those mascots that talks. Like it just goes, "Hey kids."
Oh, howdy.
Yeah, would Royale be like, "Come on, kids, let's hang out"? Or would he be like, "Hi, kids, I'm Royale"?
Or is
he a bit older? I'm Royale from Cincinnati. I like to chili on the spaghetti.
Or is he just follow me?
Okay, when we come back, voice.
Wait a second.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. When we come back, we'll talk to Grandpapa after this 3 in the key.
All right, Dave. So now we're going to the Kings Jazz tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We're going to the first Kings basket.
De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, man.
Really?
We're samesies
Again?
today. I have De'Aaron Fox already written down,
That's
Chris.
terrible.
Keegan
Murray. I
right.
hope it's Sabonis both times.
Now we're looking for the bench leading scorer.
Give me Trey Lyles.
With how many?
Revenge game, 13 points.
Oh yeah, that is big revenge for him. I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna go Dougie McBuckets. McDermott for 12.
Ellis 15.
Okay, and then random stat.
Random stat. Jordan McLaughlin, 3 3-pointers.
Okay.
Hey, kids.
McLaughlin, 3 3-pointers. I have got Fox for a triple double.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this right? Jess says Royale's not going to be there tonight. I thought he was. Tonight was the debut of Royale. Okay, well, then forward. If that's the case, then forward this to the Royale debut.
Yeah.
All right,
Chris.
Everyone's getting pizza.
Oh, pizza missed twice. Get a slice.
Everyone will get a pizza. It's a pizza gate.
Pizza, going hungry. Me so hungry.
Greg Papa, voice of the 49ers, coming up next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Friends at American Energy, cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
David Dusek writes in Golf Week that according to FootJoy, about 65% of golfers wear the wrong size golf gloves. A properly fit and maintained golf glove will help you stay connected to the club without extra tension, which can mean more speed. Snug is the name of the game. A perfect glove should fit like a second skin, wrapping tightly around your palm and fingers. If the glove is too loose, the extra material can bunch up and lead to a bad connection between your hands and the grip. The fingers of the glove should extend just to the tips of your fingers. If there's too much space at the end of your fingers, try a cadet version of the glove made for golfers who have shorter fingers and wider palms. The Velcro closure should only require a slight pull to secure it. If you're stretching the strap significantly, the glove is too small. Natural leather offers superior feel and touch. Synthetic leather gloves tend to cost less and probably last longer. After your round, air out your glove to maintain softness and flexibility. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kyle Draper. Equip your staff with top-notch uniforms, professionally cleaned and delivered weekly to your workplace by Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsors of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. Our services include uniforms, towels, floor mats, mops, first aid supplies, and restroom essentials to uphold cleanliness and safety standards in your business. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, visit alsco.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. San Francisco! He has nearly 40 years of broadcasting in Northern California. The voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa. Sponsored by Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard of the public adjusting industry.
Hey, that's us.
Hey, that's us. Welcome in. Sorry, was having headphone issues. 49ers, Seahawks, right here on your home of the 49ers, Sacktown Sports. And we are expecting lots of touchdown 49ers.
Yeah, not field goals.
No, not field goal. No, touchdown. Not that's a bad field goal.
Right, but more TDs.
I want touchdown 49ers. I want feels great babies. I want all of it this weekend. And the man who paints the picture for everyone, the one, the only voice of the Niners, Greg Papa. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, David. It's technically touchdown San Francisco.
Oh, he's
but I know,
right.
I know.
God dang it, David.
I did the one in the preseason, and you were all over me with my
he was
such homage to Don Klein. I gave you a touchdown, 49ers.
You did. You did.
And they scored so few touchdowns, you forgot the damn call?
They should be averaging, and these aren't official stats, but I believe they should be averaging somewhere around 53 points if they just could, convert in the red zone. A game? Yes.
Yeah, that's his expectation.
That's I don't want any more field goals. No offense, Jake Moody.
Well, do you want missed field goals or what do you want?
I want extra points. That's it. Okay. I want touchdown San Francisco.
Go for two.
Yes. I got it. Go for two. He hasn't missed an extra point. That was Andres Carlson.
Well,
Jake did miss one of the Super Bowl, so
I'm hoping that maybe somebody can talk to him before the game this time and tell him to lock in, because I feel like he obviously wasn't locked in, and thank goodness Debo told him to lock in, because he made that final field goal only because Debo told him to lock in. Thank you,
think
Debo.
If it was just locked in, there wouldn't have been an incident, but he told him to F and lock in.
Right.
So it's more than just lock it in.
That's right.
So I don't know. I hear what you're saying. We thought getting McCaffrey back, and Christian played great in the game, and I think it opens up. They were better on third down in this game. It opened up a lot of those third and Jawans when they were slotted together on the same side. It's so hard to cover. But they were only 1 for 3 in the red zone. And the one, Brock held the ball, what was it, 8.62 seconds, something like that. So it's not the way Kyle called it on the scramble drill to get it to George Kittle in the back corner of the end zone. A great catch by George, the Baryshnikov catch. The one time they were down there, I think the first time, and they had McCaffrey on a little wheel route over the middle. And Brock just didn't see him, and he wound up going to Ricky Pearsall out wide left, and Ricky was not really open. It was kind of a flat throw, and the corner undercut it, and then he tried to get George on third down later. So I wish we've been talking about getting McCaffrey back will unlock all the red zone woes, and it did help on third down in Tampa. But I would like them to maybe in the progression elevate CMC, number 23, from not – if he's 2, he's fine. But a lot of times he's 3 or 4, and it's hard to get there. If you get a little pressure in your face and you go boom, boom, and then you're out or go somewhere else or scramble drill. But McCaffrey just got so consistently open on Sunday. I think he would solve a lot of your issues. David, if they would get the ball to McCaffrey in the low red zone, you would have your touchdown 49ers.
I'm with you, Greg. I mean, I think the one thing that actually surprised me a little bit on Sunday's game was how much McCaffrey played. I thought he looked pretty sharp. And so now this week against Seattle, the team that's been a little vulnerable on that side of the ball, I would expect that he would kind of have that game that we've all seen from McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think so. And we'll see if George Kittle can play. But this defense in Seattle, Chase, is still vulnerable over the middle. And they just detonated the whole linebacker room. I don't know what they're doing. They did it in the offseason. Of course, moving on from Pete Carroll and going to Mike McDonald, the linebackers would be different. But they got rid of Bobby Wagner. And Bobby, we saw him last night on Thursday Night Football, playing pretty well with Washington. And they got rid of Darrell Taylor and Jordan Brooks. And they brought in Tyrell Dotson and Jerome Baker, free agents, and they wound up getting rid of both of them. They traded Jerome Baker to Tennessee to get Ernest Jones IV, and they just cut their middle linebacker, the green dot wearer, so he gets the calls in the speaker helmet from the head coach who calls their defense, and then he's a leading tackler. They just cut him off the football team. So they're going to go with Ernest Jones the fourth. We know well from the Rams days, and this young guy, Tyrese Knight. We'll see how they do. But McCaffrey can, just all those option routes over the middle of the field. And especially if George can't play in this game. We'll find out today. He hasn't practiced this week with a hamstring, so we'll see. But against Seattle, it's a lot of Kittle over the middle. Niners have beaten this team 6 straight times, and a lot of it is in the middle. So if he can't go, and you don't have Brandon Ayuk for the slants and all that, Ricky Pearsall can run those in the Debo digs, the Debo daggers, but it could be a big game for Christian McCaffrey. As far as his workload, I'm not surprised. I can see it. He did not come back from an injury. He was not rehabbing an injury like Dre Greenlaw is rehabbing a torn Achilles. Christian didn't tear anything. He just had Achilles tendonitis, bilateral on each leg. So once he got over the soreness, he looked like he was himself again. And when do you take him off the field? You're not taking him off the field on third down. He's the best at it. And if you go to fourth down, you want him. And so he wound up playing 56 snaps in the game. But I'm not surprised. I think really the only guy that can take McCaffrey off the field is McCaffrey. If he's tired and he runs a go route or something, or a deep route or a long run, he wants to come off. But Kyle really doesn't rotate the backs. It's Bobby Turner that does that, the running back coach. So, and just watching him on the practice field this week, Christian looked okay to me last week. A lot of times when he comes back, when he's playing the entire year and he's off his bye, he looks so incredibly fast, faster than what he was, because his body gets worn down. But when he gets a week off, it's like, wow, McCaffrey's fast. Last week going into the Tampa game, I didn't see that. I saw McCaffrey, like I'd seen before, and like he was ramping up. But this week on the practice field, he looked incredibly fast. He looked faster than he looked in Tampa Bay. He looked like McCaffrey coming off a bye. So I don't think we're going to get less of McCaffrey. I think we're going to get more of McCaffrey, and that's probably a good thing. It allows J.P. Mason to play on special teams more. Again, a major special teams mistake in this game against Tampa Bay, against Seattle. They had a 97-yard kickoff return. So that's part of the reason that you've had special teams drop-offs. People like J.P. Mason and Chris Conley and a few others have not been able to play as much on special teams because of the injuries they're playing on offense.
Greg Papa joining us. Diamador Lenore will be taking care of the next dinner check as he signs a nice contract extension. And we were talking about this earlier, Greg. When you look at just raw numbers, things like where he ranks against other people in his position, it doesn't stand out a ton. So you go, God, 90+ million for this guy. Are they, with Purdy coming up and all that, are they really overpaying? But guys like you, those who watch this team day in and day out, understand, I would imagine, the impact on that secondary Diamador Lenore has, and I imagine worth the price of admission.
Well, I don't know what analytics are showing that he's not playing well. He's as dominant as any corner in football, whether he's playing outside or playing inside. And there are not many guys. Devin Witherspoon is Seattle, number 21 for them. Watch him on Sunday. This is a matchup of two of the best guys that can go outside, inside. Jalen Ramsey does it in Miami as well. Chris Harris Jr. in Denver starred at it for years when they won a Super Bowl at Levi's, the no-fly zone. But that's it's two different positions, outside corner and nickel, and he covers extremely well. He's not a big guy. He's 5'10", 200 pounds, but he can handle big guys. Watch him battle DK Metcalf in this game on Sunday, whether it's in the slot or outside, and then watch him tackle. There were a couple of tackles in Tampa Bay where I not only could see it, I could hear it from the entire other end of the field. You could just see him fill the run and splatter a back, half a body or full body, and you could hear it. He is K'Wan Williams played well in the slot for the Niners for a long time, and then Jimmy Ward, they finally found a spot for him and moved him in there, and then they both left via free agency. Diamador Lenore maybe better because he covers. Those guys didn't go outside. Jimmy was safety, but, K'Wan only played inside. He didn't go outside. So he's incredibly valuable. I think the Niners got a bargain, actually. If the season would have ended and he would have hit the market in March, what would you have to do? Franchise tag him?
Yeah.
And I think his value is greater, but they don't have a designation for franchise tag just for nickel corners. They don't pay those guys a lot. Like the Jets just re-signed their nickel before we played him on opening night. He was the highest paid nickel in the history of pro football. But he only plays nickel. He doesn't go outside. So Diamador Lenore is, honestly, if I had to vote right now, I would vote him defensive MVP of the season.
Wow.
More than Nick, more than Fred. Fred started like he was going to be defensive player of the year for the whole league. And then the ankle injury has taken away a little of his splash plays. He's still playing well. He had a couple of games where he wasn't himself. But I think Diamador Lenore has been the MVP of the team. Honestly, even George on offense with his 7 touchdowns and what Kittle's done in the passing game. George having a big year. So I'm not sure how, MVP of the team. Offense would be George, but without question, defense, it would be Diamador Lenore.
Greg, final minute here. So just a thought, what a story for Pearsall to score last week, but not just the story anymore. How important do you think he'll be for this offense the rest of the season?
Well, with a Brandon Ayuk injury, and he's out the year, Chase, he's one of your top 3. And the one thing was with all the injuries and Debo missing a couple of games, the calf and pneumonia, and Chris Conley in and out, and Ricky not playing, obviously, after what happened on Labor Day Saturday, getting shot. I think they've solidified the wide receiver room for now. There's always injuries coming up. So Jawan Jennings has made the move over to X wide receiver, big-bodied receiver. That's the split end. He's away from the tight end side, so he's by himself up on the line. That's where Ayuk played. And then Debo stays at Z. And then I could also go in the backfield and run the ball as a running back. And then Ricky Pearsall becomes the slot where Jawan was. He's so good in there. You don't get pressed often in there. You get a clean release. They can't double press if you put them on the same side as the Z. You can pick them if they double press. So Ricky's he's different. Sweet feet. He can run any route. But you saw it on the touchdown, that in-breaking route. And it wasn't a great ball by Brock, but he got pressure in his face. He had to get it. That was kind of a wobbly ball, but he went up and caught it. And once he landed, he yacked. He just took off. And he had to beat Antoine Winfield Jr., arguably, along with the linebacker Levante David, Tampa's 2 best defenders. That guy's a first-team All-Pro. Winfield, the highest-paid safety in the history of pro football. And his dad was a hell of a player. He gave him a dead leg to freeze him and then run by him on the sideline and then extend the ball for the end zone. So that was just a little bit of it. And then on the last drive of the game, after they tied it with a field goal and you got in the Jake Moody field goal range, Ricky had 2 big catches on that drive, and one where the corner, McCollum, was playing him to take away the inside leverage, and Ricky still got there. He still crossed his face and got inside and made the catch from Brock. So we saw it. It's just keeping him healthy. I mean, in OTAs, mini camps, training camp, but he missed so much time. But the hamstring and the shoulder kept popping out. When Ricky Pearsall is healthy, and thank God he is now, he's going to be one of the best rookie wide receivers this year, and just watch him develop over time. He's going to be a great player in this league.
As we go, Chiefs at the Bills, Buffalo. Who you got, Greg?
You kidding me? What a silly question, man.
You're right.
The hard one's coming up in a couple of weeks, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
I've not been back to Buffalo, my hometown, since my mom passed. So that's going to be emotional. There's no doubt. I love going back there and playing the Bills. But this game, come on.
Let's go.
Let's go, Buffalo.
I'm with you. With you 100%. Have a wonderful call this weekend. I know it's been a tough week for you, Greg. It's been a tough week for us as well. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we always appreciate you and your talent and making time for us each and every week, my man.
Thank you. Video is not going to kill the radio star. It may wound him.
Right. But not killing.
It's not killing us. We shall survive.
Yes.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Looking forward to it.
You got it, Dave. After all these years.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Be good, James.
All right, thank you.
That's Greg Papa. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, there's more than just the Niners and Seahawks this weekend.
Why?
There's other NFL games. The Raiders are back. The Raiders are back. They had a bye.
That's the other game you're talking about?
That's the one I'm locked in. Raiders, Dolphins, man, through the years. Oh,
you better lock in.
I'm locked in. We'll lock in again next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles the man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
During the break, guess what? Chris' little grandson, and with Pat Tom and Cody.
Great grandson.
Yeah, get it right.
It's a good bit. He's down there.
Again?
They don't let me in there that much. He's down there sitting in the chair while Cody's recording a spot. Just saying.
Tom just emailed me your cousin's country radio debut.
Oh, please. Do we have it?
Yeah, let me download.
Please.
Your grandson.
This is great, grandson. This is great. Little David's country radio debut.
I'm getting
drunk on a plane. All right, he's turning it up.
I don't know how he said. How did he send me this thing where it's like the computer doesn't know how to open it
on a stone tablet? Stonetablet.ai. He sent you a recording off his phone that was recording off the speaker.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Jump scare from the Kings this morning. I wish you wouldn't have showed me this picture, Tom, but now I'm definitely awake. It's New Country 105.1, Pat, Tom, and Cody.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings have unveiled an alternative mascot. Slamson's not going anywhere, but now they have this new sort of retro mascot. And here to explain a little bit more is Carmichael Dave from our sister station down the hall, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Yeah, so it's an homage to the logo from the Cincinnati Royals back when Oscar Robertson played.
Great breakdown.
It's a life-size version. I've heard two things that stick out. Number one,
did this on the show.
It looks like what fish see
when
we look in a fish tank.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear him.
Which is the building this morning, Dave. His name is David, 10 years old, and he's the nephew of one of the people that works at Sacktown Sports down the hall. He just happened to be here this morning, and Royale is the mascot's name. And so I showed 10-year-old David. He hadn't seen him yet. I just showed him a picture and got his honest reaction of what he thinks of Royale, the Sacramento Kings' new alternative mascot. And I'm going to show you the new Kings mascot.
Great at it.
This is the first time you've seen it, right? You haven't seen it yet. Just step right up here. Tell everybody hi.
Hello.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh, no.
If you were at a Kings game and that thing came up and wanted to give you a high five, what would you do?
I would high five to its face.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We need to isolate that too, please.
Okay, I have questions.
What have I accidentally said before my wife comes home from her hair appointment? I'm just saying you can't say
reaction.
it. Oh no.
Great.
Remember that time I said she looked like, I thought I was complimenting her and I said she looked like Flash Gordon? She still brings that up. Still brings it up. And I tried to push. That's what I did. There's a whole video where I was like, dude.
Okay, so you didn't say you look like Flash Gordon. You just started.
No. I said you look like Flash Gordon. And then she started getting mad. And then I started singing the song. And I was like, that's a compliment. He's the savior of the universe. And she's like, I was like, what about He-Man? It kind of looks like He-Man's hair. That didn't work. Those are two of my heroes growing up.
How does my hair look? You look great in your outfit.
You look great in your outfit, He-Man. What were you going to say?
Does Tom know Chris's name?
That is a great bit coming out of that whole thing that we're going to refer. As a matter of fact, we should edit that in to Scott Fresh's thing on Wednesday when instead of introducing Chris like that, he's the guy that works down the hall.
Yeah.
The guy that works down the hall. Christopher Laud.
I mean, he brought his grandson in.
He brought his grandson in. And
nephew.
Oh.
Whatever. And that's what you did. You called him the guy down the hall. That's insulting on every level.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air. Don't be stupid. Hey, we just played the bit that you did with young David, and you said he was related to a guy that works down the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Chris Verlaud.
Yeah, it's his cousin.
Yeah, but his name is Chris Verlaud. So,
What
like,
did I say?
you said a
guy down the hall.
You said a guy that works down. He's related to a guy that works down the hall.
Oh God. Well,
I'm not saying you owe Chris an apology, but you've known him for like 15 years.
Basketball teammates.
Hey, when you're playing on the court, do you say, "Hey, guy that works down the hall, pass"?
I'm sorry, Chris.
Thank you, Tom.
By the way, he says sorry. Hey, real quick, Tom, can I tell you what Chris said when he heard that for the first time?
What?
All right. Ravens Steelers tonight is not happening, but Sunday it is happening.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big
He
game.
hung up on me.
He never told me what he said.
What did he say? I've gotten on with that bit for literally almost 20 years now. He's called me back before and been like, I think the phone went out.
And you go, oh yeah, what I was going to tell you
was click. Ravens Steelers this weekend. This time it is for real. 7-3 Ravens, 7-2 Steelers. Baltimore favored by 3 on the road in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson. Look, I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I think they're going to win by 7 or more points.
Ooh, really?
But if they don't, I'm getting on board with this.
Too late.
I need the Steelers to win this game.
Why? Need?
I need them to win
for you
this
to believe in them.
For me to believe in them.
Got it.
I know people are going to say, well, they beat Washington. I don't know that I'm that into Washington.
You know what's interesting is more people, I would say, believe in the Ravens, right, than they do the Steelers.
Yes.
And I wonder, is it because of how dynamic Lamar is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Derrick Henry.
But what's ironic is Russell Wilson has actually won a Super Bowl.
He has.
Right?
So is Joe Flacco.
True. But I mean, Pittsburgh's
yeah.
got a really good team. They're a good team, a good defense. And Wilson's been undefeated. I'm probably in that same group. Like, I'm not so sure I believe in Russell Wilson. But the team is good.
Pittsburgh's wins this year. Sorry. At Atlanta, at Denver, home against the Chargers, at the Raiders, Jets, Giants, at the Commanders. Their 2 losses, home against the Cowboys, at Indianapolis.
I mean, on that list, I think 4 would count as quality.
That's the thing. Like, I would say
the early Falcon and
right.
Broncos didn't seem like that was that big a deal.
At all. And then, Commanders, look, they can only play who's in front of them. And guess what? They're winning. Okay. They have wins, though, Jason, by 7 points and 1 point against Commanders. Okay, that's not bad. 8 points against the Giants. My whole thing is this. Just beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
That is a legit, true blue quality win without a doubt. You beat the Ravens. I'm on board with you. I'm taking it all back, and I'm believing it.
And you still play them another time, too. They play the whole division twice to come here.
They've still got, they've got a bunch of games, but Ravens at the Bengals, at Philly, at the Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals.
Yeah, I think I remember we saw that schedule early. It's like they better be off to a good start, and they are. So we'll see how they finish. Can't finish.
Can't finish. Raiders at Dolphins. At this point, it's just kind of like a trip to Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, South Beach.
Right. Fun.
Have fun.
Yeah, have a blast.
Don't worry about it.
Just play.
Also, I don't like the idea of them drafting Shedeur Sanders.
For whom?
For the Raiders.
For Sanders or for the Raiders?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I just don't know if that's a match or not.
But they need a QB.
I know.
I don't know
that's
if he's
a
the one,
lot
but they need a QB.
I don't either. I don't know. It just seems like that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong. Chiefs at Bills is the marquee game of the weekend, but don't sleep on Bengals Chargers as well, which would be weird to sleep on them because they'll be playing football, and that could be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, final half hour of the week for us. What to watch, celebrity birthdays, and then Friday fun and games with Alan Style and friends. We'll be right back right after that.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple. Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Out the door this Friday morning to a chilly start. Make sure you're layered up. As we head through the afternoon, expecting to have sun and clouds mixing in. Today's a dry day, but it's going to stay cool with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. There's no better time to visit Elk Grove Honda than during our year-end clearance sale in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. November 24th at Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. The music, the memories, the Beach Boys. Riding an endless summer wave into 2024. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold, live.
I've had acid reflux my entire life. And here's the worst thing about having acid reflux. It's triggered by food. And when you grow up in an Indian house, like I remember going to my mom, I can't eat Indian food anymore. My mom goes, what? Do you realize people in India are dying to eat this food? Literally dying. I said, Mom, do you understand that I'm dying if I eat this food? Literally dying.
Russell Peters is coming to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on Saturday night, November 23rd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 11/16, in-store only.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Time to gear up. It's the Black Friday and Gold Saturday open house event at Roseville Power Sports. Located at 360 North Sunrise Avenue. We're your home for the best deals on Can-Am side-by-sides, ATVs, and Ski-Doo snowmobiles. Now's the time to save thousands on a brand new Can-Am or Ski-Doo. And check out the all-new Can-Am Maverick R with an incredible 240 horsepower. A Maverick R is built to conquer any terrain, bringing unmatched power and excitement to your off-road adventures. Plus, save 30 to 50% on accessories. Helmets, jackets, gear, everything you need to ride in style and safety. This Black Friday and Saturday only. And it's not just about the savings. It's an open house event you won't want to miss. Join us for food, prizes, and more this Black Friday. So head to Roseville Power Sports this Black Friday and Gold Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And let's kick off the holiday season with incredible deals and tons of fun. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Offers valid on 2024 and prior product while supplies last. Happy holidays from Roseville Power Sports.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, a lot to get to. Don't forget T-Wolves Kings tonight right here. All of it at Sacktown Sports, your home of the Sacramento Kings. Got a lot to get to and a lot to watch, a lot to Celebrity Birthday, a lot to Friday Fun and Game. But right now, let's not forget, by the way, you thought we did. Pick 6, San Francisco and Seattle. Jason Ross.
All right, 6 predictions. Let's see how we do. First 49er to score.
Touchdown! CMC!
All right, I'm going to do touchdown! Debo.
Oh, Debo. He's locked in.
Yep.
I'm going to say touchdown, Rick E. Pearson.
Oh, okay. And I love his middle initial is E now.
Yeah, Rick E.
Rick E. It's like Roy E. Al.
Yes. How about the halftime score?
Halftime score, 49ers 17, Seattle 7.
San Francisco. I have 21-6 San Francisco.
That's wrong.
17-3 San Francisco.
Stop copying. No.
CMC total yards.
Rushing and receiving.
Add them up.
112.
I have 144.
Jeez.
137.
Wow.
We're all way off. Moody field goals is made in attempts. What was he last week? 3 for 6?
Yeah. I'll say Jake Moody is 3 of 3.
I have him 1 for 1.
I'm also going to go 3 of 3.
Total turnovers in the game.
2.
I have 2. 2.
I have 2.
2. Let's just make it a round.
2. Okay, and lastly, random. Stacked. Something different, something weird, something odd, something you predict.
Okay.
May not be weird.
I will say, I'm going to go with you know what? How about a random Kyle Juszczyk touchdown?
You haven't picked that before.
No, I want it to happen.
Has it?
No.
I will have Nick Bosa with 2 or more sacks. That's too random, but I'll try.
A dumb, stupid, moronic, ugly Seahawks fan is going to throw something on the field.
Well, I hope you're wrong. Stupid, idiot, moron, loser. Yeah, Dab, what are you? Anyways, is that it?
That's it. That was 6. We did it.
We did it.
Congrats.
Big night tonight. Bulls at Cavs just because Cleveland's going for 14-0. Suns, Thunder. Grizz at Warriors.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. And Jake Paul, Michael Tyson. So there's that.
How's that going to go?
Dude, I don't know because I can't look at it like a regular event.
I'm guessing everyone that's into it is going to be disappointed.
I completely agree with you. It's probably going to be a hug fest. I want Tyson to lay him out unconscious. But
actually, my dream scenario would be like coming into the ring, Jake Paul like falls out of the ring and like tears his ACL and they can't do the fight.
That would be amazing.
Wow.
That would be great.
That's what Chris is rooting for.
I bet
$5 at plus 10,000.
I will say this. I could be wrong. I have no proof. I have no inside information. Let me just be clear. Because when you say something like this, you need to be clear. I truly believe at some point in the future, we will find out that these are all incredibly, incredibly choreographed to the point of like wrestling, because you're building a brand in Jake Paul. And the more these fights go on, the more money is to be made. And there's just not a ton of money in Mike Tyson knocking him out. That I wouldn't say that ends the gravy train, but it disables the gravy train. I don't trust these fights. I think if Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were legitimately fighting, and each of them, and if it was 5 million winner take all, I think Mike Tyson would beat him. At 58, I think he would beat him. I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to end up being a decision thingy dingy, whatever, stupid. But I'll watch because I'm a sheep. MC, there you go, sheep. Celebrity birthday brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing says family and friends more than the cookies of Crumble. Jason Ross, who is older today?
All right, we're going to get to that in 1 second. Oh. I'm going to do a little trick here. Not trick at the beginning. I'm going to ask you on this date, did this particular movie come out? But I want Chris to go first because he's the best at this.
Yes, he is.
And I just want to see if you're going to pick the same year because Chris is always so good, or if you're going to go differently. So on this date, November 15th, in what year did the movie Space Jam come out? Christopher Laud, you go first.
Space Jam came out in, it's either 94 or 95. I'm going to say 1995.
I'll say 94.
Wow, Chris won, but not with the correct answer.
It was 96. I almost.
Well, it was like.
I swear to God, I almost said 96.
It was around the time of the strike. It was like right as his return back.
Why did I say 96? You stupid.
All right, you got a chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
Let's go with birthdays. Happy birthday today to E40.
61.
57.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud. 57 for E40. Happy birthday to Carl Anthony or Carl Anthony Towns? Carl Anthony Towns.
It's one word, Carl Anthony.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns is 28.
He is. Oh, that's good.
Thanks.
No.
29.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud.
Come
29.
on. Oh, stop reading these.
Happy birthday to, oh my gosh, I just forgot. Oh, no, I didn't. From Nickelback, Chad Kroger.
Oh, you've got this.
Kroger.
From Kroger's Markets?
Yes.
Chad Kroger's 46.
49.
Christopher Laud for the win, 50. Happy birthday to Mrs. Griswold, Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh, hello.
Hello is right. Hello is right. A pack of lifesavers going on with old 10-year-old Dave
Oh,
there.
my God.
What? I'm saying that fresh
Ate a lot of candy.
Yeah. Jeez, Chris. Beverly D'Angelo is like 74.
I was going to say 73. So I will say 73.
Okay, good. We have a correct answer, and it goes to
I hate him so much. Just screw you.
Grandpa Christopher Laud.
Golly.
You were right there, too.
I want like every one I've missed by one.
All right,
that's the
here's
thing.
yours.
But it's just 0 for 4.
Let's go. The last one you better
You
get.
gave me Chad Kroger of Nickelback and I missed it.
Greg Anthony. This isn't the one you're supposed to get. The last one I'm going to have you
Okay. But hold on. I think I can do this here. Greg Anthony is 57.
61.
We have a correct answer. It's Carmichael Dave.
That's what I'm talking about. UNLV, baby.
Trevor Story. Baseball player.
Okay. Yeah, no, come on.
Current.
33.
1.
Ty, 32. And the last one. A friend of the show.
Former friend of the show?
No, guest of the show. Friend. Former Niner. Eric with an A. Armstead. Is how old today? Happy birthday, Eric.
Yeah, Eric's 31.
He is 33.
Carmichael Dave with the win. 30. You feel better, don't
And
you?
did it go into the weekend on a good note?
Yeah.
Chris started out strong, but it's tortoise and hare, baby.
Well, we'll see how you do on Funny Games.
All right, Friday Fun and Games coming up right after this. Word from American Energy. Heating and air.
Do you have the energy?
I do. I have extra energy now because went and had a fine McCooney lunch yesterday with my friends Megan, Chantel, and my guys from American Energy Heating and Air. We try to do that every once in a while. And again, as I said yesterday, why do you care that I'm having lunch with them? Well, I'm not saying you should, other than, again, I consider these guys real friends, true friends. Golfed with them, hung out with them, and that's not just a, hey, give me the money, I'll play golf with you. I like them. They're great guys. Part of the reason I like them is I love anybody who is down for Sacramento. These guys are from here. They're born here. They're raised here. They've been doing business since 1981, A-plus Better Business Bureau, and right now, they're giving you a tune-up for $49. It's regularly $119. You can tune up that system and be all ready for the winter time. Make sure everything is safe and sound. If you need a repair, $50 off your first repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the furnace. Come on. I mean, come on. Go to the AE Way. That's American Energy, theaeway.com for more details to get a quote. Remember, they're your second opinion partners. If you already have a quote, I'm sure they'll beat it. Or you can give me a call at 916-520-9990. Yeah! Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Friday Fun and Games next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, You will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Alan, you just said chicken or the egg. Reminds me of the old proverb. Oh. When God made a duck, he said, waterproof that chicken and give it a kazoo.
Do a cricket sound.
Well, because it's like a...
You ever did stand-up before, Dave?
Lots.
Ever?
He does it every day.
Every day, 4 hours. With sports intermingled.
He gets done. He stands up.
That's
walks
right.
Out the door.
Which I just also read an article during the break, too. It says, don't sit on the toilet for longer than 10 minutes. Leave your devices out of the room because it could cause health problems.
You might get the old Hemis.
The Hems. The Hemi.
Yeah. That thing got a Hemi?
Yeah, which it's
the young Hemis.
The kids today don't understand the pain. The kids today don't understand the pain and anguish of reading the Lysol bottle ingredients or the shampoo.
Or having in the newspaper.
Whatever, right? Or like you go in there and like the real rich people, they'd have like the little thing with the magazines and the Reader's Digest and stuff, you know, something in there. But yeah, if there's nothing else, it's like, oh, I didn't know this was in cream body lotion. Oh, phospholical 36. Wow.
You're playing Royal Match.
100% playing Royal Match.
Right. But, and then you remember my dad had what was it, Yahtzee? The little video game things. But you only played one. It weren't Game Boys.
No,
it was
one
just
game,
Yahtzee.
Remember the football one with the little red dashes?
Yeah. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Yeah. Nowadays, you walk in there without your phone, you're on an island. Man.
You know what I had as a kid? This is all this.
I'm just
you're just down there. You're buying, selling,
taxes.
Whatever.
You know, I was supposed to do that.
I used to have this game. My mom gave me to encourage me to stay in there for a while, get things done. And it was, you guys will remember this. So it was basically like a plastic thing filled with water and it had a button on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you press the button and you try to get the hoops.
There
was little hoops over a thing. And you try
like
to
the water pressure.
Yeah, the water pressure. Oh, gosh. Back in the day.
Sometimes you would knock the ring off
of it. Oh, right. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And, you know, no power required except the power of your thumb.
Yeah, like a bidet.
All right, Friday Funny Games.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, I'm excited. Feel these fingernails.
All right, we're going to Ultimate Warrior.
Yes.
We're going to do some bidding. See your confidence. Bidding 15 seconds on a category. It's the Zachariah game. Remember this game? I don't know any other way to say it. We were talking about Royale today.
Yeah.
The new Kings mascot.
Royale.
In 15 seconds, Carmichael Dave, you start the bidding. How many NBA mascots can you name?
Oh my God, I think I could probably name them all if I'm being honest. But I'll be cool. Start with 5.
I'm passing, man.
Take it.
Wow, in 15
Oh
seconds.
God!
Go,
I
start the
bluffed that
timer.
call.
Would you like to?
100%. I was trying to
5.
bluff you guys.
5 is the number. Go.
Slamson, Royale, Lucille, Stomper.
not NBA.
NBA. The B for the Hornets. The one who got choked for the Nuggets. Rocky.
I don't even know if Big Al should count. Big Al. I don't know. I think that's what we should call him from now on.
Big Al.
Royale.
Leroy Al. Leroy Jenkins.
Okay, next
God,
one.
I was bluffing so hard.
that almost worked. I was like, no, you take it.
Yeah,
It's done.
no way.
All right, in 15 seconds, Alan, let's go with brands of soda.
Oh, okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll all know Pepsi. Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, that's one brand.
Yeah, it's
I believe.
Oh,
it should
okay.
be.
All right. Okay. I'm just asking. I just want clarification.
I will say 5.
Okay, Chris.
Pass.
Dave.
Oh, I'll say 6. Oh, wait, how many seconds?
15. Yeah, you could do 6.
I'll say 6.
Alan. You could do 7.
7.
Chris, you back in or done? You're
Done.
I don't want to dominate this game here. Go ahead,
7
Alan.
for Alan. Go. 15 seconds.
Coke, Sprite, Pepsi, Sierra Mist, Fanta. The root beer one. What is that?
Keep going.
Starry.
Yeah.
A&W mug
And
Barks.
I have to apologize. I thought for some reason that it was brands of soap.
Chris, would you like to play in brands of soda?
Brands of soap.
Okay.
Lava, Irish Spring.
There's a theme to our game. We're intermixing like brands of soda. Chris Rolad, Major League Baseball mascots. In 15 seconds.
2.
Dave?
Pass.
Oh, come on.
No, I can name 2.
Alan?
Well, I think I know what the 2 you're going to name.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to cook up another one in my
In
head.
15 seconds.
It's Major League?
Major League Baseball mascots.
My thing is, if you give me 5 minutes, I think I could do 3. Maybe. Because I know 2.
Well, but I'm going to say 3.
Chris?
4.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wanted
go.
Chris to do one. Chris
Go.
hasn't done one. You go, Chris.
Lucille, Stomper,
Those
the Green Monster.
What?
And
Are you serious?
Dad the Padre. Oh, the Seattle Moose.
The
Green
chicken.
I just remembered the fanatic. Yeah.
The chicken and the fanatic. That's where I thought he was going.
Oh, Mr. Met.
Mr.
Yeah,
Met,
Mr.
Mrs. Met.
Yeah.
The Green Monster.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
the Red
I
Sox.
don't know that. The Marlin.
That's
The Devil Ray.
Robbie.
The Texas Ranger.
The Wally, the
Pirate.
Green Monster. I didn't say Wally. I'm sorry.
One more. No. What's coming up on the show today, Alan?
Well, everybody is talking about
Royale
the
bio.
3-point shooting for the Kings, but let's take a deep dive into the 2-point shooting because it has been elite for the Kings, as well as the bench. Is the bench actually bad or just playing bad? Then, of course, we get into Niners as they take on the Seahawks. Quite the injury report. So the Niners have owned the Seahawks of late, but there's a possibility that the Seahawks might be due. So don't move a muscle, bone, tendon.
Okay.
anything.
Coming up with Alan, the 49ers have been beating the Seahawks, but the Seahawks might win this weekend. That and more coming up right after this.
On the move.
Light the
Got
beam.
somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento.